15. That flourish was worth it. Oh, shit. Look at that. One of these is sexy. Two of these is just, I'm disheveled. This many, total train wreck. Hi, everybody. How are we doing tonight? Welcome to the show. Today we have returning, because I haven't killed them yet, Hugo, Sarah, Alex, and of course Randy. Apologies in advance for Randy talking too often and too loudly. I'm sorry about it. There's nothing I can do to chain the natural charisma of that Wisconsinite. This is in my eyeball. I'm gonna move this. I'm just gonna turn that just a bit. There we go. Now my retinas won't be bleeding. So, welcome back to Charisma Saves. Thanks for watching. Thanks for checking out the stream. Tanks my numbers, ruining my potential to become a partner every single Sunday. Love it.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So, but we have a lot of fun. So I'm not stopping. I'm not giving up. Are you giving up?
We're gonna drag them with us.
You're goddamn right. So, do we have any announcements before I get talking? We have been talking about merch. I'm wondering, because there's not a ton of you that check up every single time it's live, but there's a lot of people that watch after it's live.
Yeah.
Usually these videos, like the VODs, get played a lot, almost as much as me talking shit on people's videos, and on YouTube. So if you're a YouTube viewer, thank you very much. But I'm wondering if we can get like a montage or like a what am I looking up for the word, ensemble, I guess? Or do you guys want individual character stuff, like a shirt or like just stickers or whatever? Sarah and I have been talking about this a lot because we have the Redbubble down there. Do you want just like a Charisma Saves logo thing?
We have the logo already.
Yeah.
Which is available in like shirts and mugs and stuff like that.
Sure,
bags.
sure.
But if you guys want anything else, like maybe like a simple logo or like character specific shirts.
Tell the idea that you had, because I thought that was very interesting. Do you know what I'm talking about right now?
Yeah, I thought about the possibility of we do team character shirts. So it'll be maybe like the gear or weapons of each of the characters, and it'll say like Team Professor or Team Velios or Team Linya or I guess Team New Guy.
It's Egnir, not Egg Gear or whatever I was saying.
Edgear?
Edgear. Seriously, again, the Ed Gein thing was fucking with me the whole time. Anyway.
But if that sounds interesting, you guys should, I don't know,
Just let us know,
yeah.
like, on the Discord server. If you're not a member of the Discord server, there's a link below the watch page right now on Twitch. If you're on YouTube, just go to the Twitch page, or I'll remember to do this in editing, but I very rarely even remember to upload it on time anyway, so maybe just go to the Twitch channel, click the thing. You don't even have to follow me if you hate Twitch, but the Discord link is right there. Other than that, we have a very special gift. First of all, I want to shout out to Campion, who might be in chat right now. Let me check.
he usually is.
Campion, I don't know.
He plays on Sunday, so I think he shows
Yeah,
up
so it's like hit or miss. Also, Atlas Alan Gray, thank you, and Kyla Kitty, thanks for subbing.
Shut the fuck up.
But Campion, Eric, he is who we affectionately call Terrain Guy, has been giving us a lot of the terrain. Things like, not just terrain, but things like this that you've been seeing on stream. Handmade out of cardstock off of PDFs, and very creative individual. Gave us a bunch of stuff. I don't think you're going to see any of it on the stream today, at least as far as like the new stuff I got, because it's still in the trunk of my car. But a lot of it was really cool, and I'm going to pull it out of there before next week, so because I don't know what the fuck you guys are going to get into. So thanks to Eric for that. Campion in some numbers in chat at some point. I'm sure if you've come around, you've seen him in chat before. Also, long-time fan of everything I've ever done, including Hugo. Fan of D&D. Everything you've ever done, whether it was recorded or otherwise.
kinda
Also, friend to all of those who play League with me, Brooker. Are you in chat, actually, Brooker? Let me look.
Wait,
Is this
Brooker's doing a
Is
thing?
this a Brooker shout out?
This is a Brooker
What?
shout-out. Can you believe
Does he
it?
deserve this?
He does.
I don't
So,
believe you.
months ago, there was a sale going on. Are you guys familiar with? What is it?
He's in chat. Hey, hi, Brooker.
Is it?
He said just got here.
I can't remember. It's. Hold on. I have some things over here. I have this box, and I have this right here.
So we rolled a 15 today, huh?
Yeah.
Hold on.
He was real ready.
He had a negative modifier today for some reason.
Negative 10 because
What
of the hair
the
swoop.
fuck is
This
that?
is huge. So, this is from Beetle and Grimm's.
What is it?
What
Oh,
is
shit.
that?
The water
So-
deep thing?
Brooker has been wanting to be a patron for some of our stuff for a long time. Has never really been able to. Was in military service for a while, saving money, working stuff. And, like, I've known Brooker for 4 years, 5 years or something. And we play games a lot. I mentioned on Twitter that I wanted this really bad. It was a limited edition run by, again, Beetle and Grimm's that makes a lot of stuff. This is
What the
More
fuck?
things to
a
kill us
Waterdeep
with.
Dragon Heist super chest. Let me just... I'm going to take a little bit of time out of this stream to talk about this because it's far too much. I tried to talk him down twice, and he said, no, I want to do this. You don't get 3 nays from me when you want to give me stuff. These come with...
What the fuck?
So D&D made Waterdeep Dragon Heist. Matt Mercer actually worked on the Dragon Heist books of Critical Role fame and just general fame because he's talented. So
Is that like a
these
whole
aren't going to work
Waterdeep
for our
map?
campaign right now. However, very okay with working this into campaign 2.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So this is a
It's a
canvas
city
map.
map?
Holy
of
shit, it's a
Waterdeep.
Waterdeep map.
It's a canvas
Okay.
Waterdeep map. I mean, I'm going to toss this over to you guys so you guys can feel this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that it's
It
like
looks
print
nice.
canvas.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. This isn't.
By tossing, you want to toss
a
it to
spear.
me? Oh no.
She caught it.
It
I'll
hit
get
my
you the next
stomach.
one.
I'm impressed.
Also, and again, this is way too generous. But I mean, like, I gotta shout my
Got,
boy
like,
out
straight
here.
canvas.
Yeah.
There's
it's
also
actual canvas.
A base of operations in that at some point. Here's the map to that.
Oh,
Nice.
That I guess maybe there's fights in it as well, but
Keep-
you got maps.
Smells weird.
It smells
Yeah.
like. It smells like almost like
printing ink probably.
Yeah, for sure.
almost like tofu. Yeah, really. But it is
It's a little
canvas.
weird.
Here, I'm going to toss this over to you as
I'm gonna
well.
miss the fuck out of that.
Nope, you got it.
What
Okay.
the hell? Why
I'm
is
telling
Brooker
you,
cool?
this is okay.
If in
Let me go
campaign
to here
2,
first.
using this as an actual map would be
Ooh.
fucking awesome.
Yeah, I
having
know.
it in front of us and being
I
able to
know.
be like, oh, let's go
This
to
box right here,
wherever.
this cardboard box, this is filled with minis.
Oh fuck!
Holy shit!
There are like 17 or 20 minis
Wow.
in here.
Great, more shit than last year.
Including but not limited to mind flayers. There's a horrifying.
Brooker,
This is one of my
cool
favorite
guy.
beholder minis of all time.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I kind of want to paint it.
Yeah, this is this. No, that's just a beholder. It's
Those
not
are already
Xanathar.
primed too, right? I could
They
just
are
start,
all primed.
I could just start painting them.
Right. You could do painting streams for the rest of the year with these.
Kevin, come visit us and help me paint. I don't know if he watches this.
Sorry,
over the
it's a little
wire.
bit low.
Oh wait, no, he does
Get
watch
that
this.
over the wire.
Yeah, I'll
yeah.
overhand. There you go.
Much better. So those are right there. There's more. So inside this is not dice. These are different different handouts. I'm not going to show them all to you.
Those coins?
We have some coins.
We have the actual D&D coins.
Just 3 of them.
Oh, that's cool though.
There's a ring. There's some other stuff. There's pendants. These are all handouts. There's also like guild seals, like pins and stuff that you guys can get
Oh shit.
when we do this.
Yeah.
Which we will do. I think probably I'll work this into campaign 2,
Oh my god.
and I'll make it work. Because the dragon high stuff, is just so fucking cool. This comes with a big bag. Also inside here is like, this is like a dice tray
Oh man.
or something.
Yeah, it's like a dice tray with an organizer.
That's not it though. All of these. So
You
I
have
have
a
the
screen?
entire book here split up into modules, so I can run the whole thing
Fuck.
separately. On top of this, it comes with a Dungeon Master screen. On top of that, it comes with bonus encounters. There's also more handouts, like deeds to stuff.
Oh, that's so cool.
Hold on. It's not over.
Oh my god.
I have to hold this like this. There's a foam separator here. Inside here, I'm not going to show you what these are, because when I hand these to you, you're going to love it. But there's 4 of these for 4 player characters, and they're dope.
Well, 3.
Too bad Randy can't experience
Three.
this in person.
Well, you know.
You snail mail it to him and just say, okay, now open
These-
envelope number 3.
I mean, he's
That's
got an
actually not
envelope
bad.
that he's had for months
That's true.
sitting
Yep.
there,
Still here.
and we are in the nest where
Where
he's
is it?
supposed to use that.
No.
Do you remember your instructions for that, by the way?
Yep.
The envelope I gave you months
did you-
ago in real life?
What were the instructions?
I
Do you remember?
I don't
know.
remember when he even got it. That's how long
I
ago it's
feel
been.
like I
Seiko
remember
handed it
vaguely.
to him.
This one right here.
There it is.
This
Yeah, I don't remember
been
this
here
at
for
all.
at least
I'm
3
a
months.
god. Anyway, so there's also stat block cards to use when I do encounters, and I can just shuffle them around. Also,
How does it keep
there's
going?
several which I actually could use outside of this campaign. I just haven't opened them yet.
Like terrain stuff.
Terrain stuff. They're modular 12 by 12 maps
Nice.
that you can, like, battle maps.
Like how many sheets are in, like how many squares are in that? Can you count them?
Each of them come with 4, but there's like 3 or 4 scenarios.
Okay.
There's also another Waterdeep DMs map just for me. Then, if anyone ever wanted to do any of this on Adventures League, it's cut. I have a just one printout thing for how the Troll Skull Manor Hearth of Healing works, which
What
is
the fuck?
that base of operations. So that is all that came in this. It's ridiculous.
Holy crap.
Brooker, I love you. I'm gonna like 100%. We're playing this in campaign 2. It sounds too fun. I'm gonna have to learn a bunch of it. I don't usually run modules, and if I do, I usually change them drastically. 'Cause
Last
I'm a
time
control freak.
Last time you ran a dungeon out of the book, it was fun, so.
Yeah, I ran that because I didn't know how to work Randy in. But honestly, I changed a lot of that too. It was basically I kept the physical structure of it, and then everything inside was a little bit different. But yeah, what do we run? Oh fuck, I dropped it.
It was in one of the
Yeah, it's a really famous.
portal.
Yawning portal.
Tales from the Yawning
Something.
Portal.
Yeah,
it was,
but it was
it
it was the mountain one.
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
Brown Mountain maybe. I don't know. I put it in the shadow file in this. But yeah, just Randy, you're not focused. There it goes. Your camera does
shit.
not like looking at you.
Stop
Whew!
using
So-
autofocus.
That
I have to turn it off every time for some reason. It keeps re-enabling itself.
Trash.
Camera wants to look at the Gundams. It's just like Randy, obsessed with Gundams.
Who
Too many
wouldn't be?
Gundams.
So, anyway, that right there, that's a lot. Thank you very much, Brooker.
Thanks, Brooker.
I don't know if you're not a VIP, I will make you one. No, you're not a VIP. I can't believe Brooker's not a VIP. Brooker should be. Brooker will be. But yeah, thank you very much, everyone. Follow Brooker on Twitter at BrookerTJustice. Actually, a very funny person. And then if you want to play League with him and you like swearing, then
raging.
then you can also do that. And lots of rage, correct. I don't think I've known anyone more quick to say the word fuck than Brooker.
That's
fair.
a challenge.
That's fair.
I mean,
'Cause I'm pretty bad.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Not
No, I'm
Brooker.
just saying. Like,
These
I'm just
fucking
saying.
fucks fucking suck. Fuck. Like, I've literally heard that sentence.
Multiple times.
Yeah. Anyway, so.
Is he Kevin Smith?
No, he's not. That's a good Kevin Smith burn. Brooker's probably
Got
got a
it.
better heart.
I know he made Cop Out, but damn.
No, he had a heart attack.
Oh, okay.
He's alive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Had a heart attack.
I thought we were just roasting Kevin Smith for no reason.
No, like a soul. Like
Yeah.
like just the person he is. No, he's probably.
I was like, wow.
What else do we have on here? Oh, I'll have to move stuff if you guys don't want to get into a fight. But
Those moldy cups are still down here. I just want to point that out.
those
Yep.
are moldy cups. I
Yep.
thought you took them upstairs.
Nope.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
We're gonna grow an ecosystem down here, self-sustaining.
I straight up. Thought,
Only one of them is moldy, and it was his cup, which is why I didn't touch it.
Okay.
That's not the one I wanted.
Anyone
You
seen
could just
Creep
leave it
Show?
there and
We're
get
gonna
the,
come down here and it's
gear
gonna be
ambiance
like that
going.
short with
Say
all the-
what?
You just leave the cup there and get the Agneer ambiance going.
Oh God.
What'd you say, Edgear?
Fuck off. Last we left off, all of you had made it safely to the safe house inside the capital city of Aturium on the Nest, where Avelios is from. You haven't quite made it to Avelios' actual home, which is up a ways, kind of separated from the normal living area. But you do know that it's currently being assaulted by what sounds like the rest of the dragons that have been attacking the entire time. You made a quick excursion after meeting a particularly strange individual covered in mold and mushrooms, and after interrogating a kobold in the strangest way possible. You made an excursion out onto the city streets in an effort to find someone that Avelios has lost quite some time ago. Getting to her home, you notice several different signs of destruction, including, the back half and the side of the house were completely destroyed. You looked around and found the necklace Avelios is currently wearing around his neck. On the way back to the safe house, after miraculously avoiding every single encounter I could possibly have thrown at you,
Which we do more
you,
than
We're gods.
you opted not to allow Avelios to reach out for his and try to contact his friend and mentor, the person that basically taught him how to be a ranger, Valkyrio. And then you made your way back. When you got back, the Eric Cochran that you were working with, along with Pimpch and the Oath in general. Why can't I remember his name?
Kazdan?
Thank you. Fuck. I was looking
very
at. I have
confused which
Alaric's
one.
sheet over here in the maybe I'll have to use it. So Alaric was the only thing I could think of.
How could you forget Kaz?
I didn't forget Kazdan. I misplaced his name in my brain. So you are currently about to probably take care of the wounded Eric Cochran woman.
Oh yeah, we were about to do surgery.
Yeah.
And do some surgery. As she writhes in pain, Scala is her name, finally. Several mysterious, black-looking wounds. So, you're there. Pimpch is not having a good time. One of his friends is slowly dying from wounds that don't seem to be responding to magical healing as well as they should. You did a good enough job so that she survived you leaving and coming back, but she's crashing yet again. What would you like to
I already
do?
used lay on hands on her earlier.
I'm gonna cast Detect Poison and Disease.
Okay, can you read that to me?
For the duration, you can sense the presence and location of poisons, poisonous creatures, and diseases within 30 feet of you. You also identify the kind of poison, poisonous creature, or disease.
Okay.
I can't
Why does
cast
that?
Greater
Okay, so this
Restoration
one
right
song
now.
does not want to work. That's fine. I'll just do this. I will redo it. So you are definitely getting a poison that reminds you of some worm species that have... This is not what I wanted. It's not Asian. It's not Asian at all. I don't know why this is happening. Oh, did some of these get taken off? Fuck.
Well-
Fuck, Spotify.
Oh, that happened to me
I didn't...
before.
I'm trying to... It is playing like these other ones? Okay.
I can only get rid of poison.
That's okay. She's writhing on the table. We'll just go with that one. So you recognize the poison a little bit. Does it give you information even if you don't know the creature?
It just says you also identify the kind of poison, poisonous creature, or disease.
Okay.
I assume it would magically give you the information.
Okay. As you sort of tap into this ability to understand poisons and their various nature, you're pinging kind of all over the map, which is strange. It doesn't seem to be any one thing. Again, you're getting a very strong worm poison, but also worm with a Y. So worm with a Z, with an O, like there's many poisonous monsters that exhibit stuff like this, but also similar to a basilisk and similar to like the poison from a green dragon. You're not getting any like a full picture of any of those, but you are getting a little bit of everything. It doesn't only do poison as well. You are getting are you good at medicine or nature? I assume nature.
I'm proficient in both.
Okay, so you can choose which and roll for it to see kind of like the other effects that are happening.
29 in medicine.
Okay, yeah.
Well,
So it seems these claw marks from whatever beasts this was, it seems to be excreting a substance that is kind of akin to gangrene. There's a mixture of decay and poison. And there's some worms that are capable of causing similar but less severe reactions to this. And the specifically the poison aspect of it seems to be related to that of the purple worm breed.
I'm sorry, what a purple worm.
I'm not very good at healing, but this is a very strange, very powerful poison.
Lesser restoration probably wouldn't do anything to get the poison.
How, at this
Not
point,
at this level.
visibly, I know you said it was like a black, necrotic-looking like
Correct.
wound. How big is the wound visibly on the exterior at this point?
Like as far as its width or its length?
Like,
Or both.
like how big in a like assuming it's kind of a random circle-ish.
It's not a random circle.
Okay.
It was a scratch and 3 claw marks that went down and cut the. I mentioned this before. Cut
Sure.
like the tendon right
tendons,
here. That went all the way down the chest. There's another one that comes underneath the rib cage area, and there's another one that comes across the bowels, and they all came across this way. Pimch doesn't seem to know what this was because they were split up doing different. They had all those scrolls. They were trying to commit magical activities, and they had avoided the Aarakocrans, it seems, and then the dragons attacked a further away area. which you had been hearing what you thought was thunder for quite some time as
We
you walked
rested,
with.
right?
No, I don't think we
Velios.
rested yet.
You
We
rested the night before.
Yeah, the night before.
So I should have my sorcery points back.
Yeah, we didn't use any at all.
Did I really use that many spells?
I still
or
have-
did I not erase mine?
No, we did a short rest, is what we did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was.
We
a
didn't
short
do a
rest.
long
Oh,
rest.
fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's up to you guys what you want to do here, but
I can't
How-
greater restoration
How
or
big are the
anything.
wounds on, like, the scratches themselves? How wide are they, roughly?
well, they're being cut. Go ahead and roll a medicine check to kind of like really probe around in there and scan. Are you scanning?
Yeah, sure.
Would we be able to tell if, like, the point of origin for the, like, secretion that we could maybe remove, or is it already
It doesn't
throughout
seem
the...
like there's anything in there because
Okay.
that medicine check right there gives you.
So is it already run through the bloodstream?
What was your
26.
26 medicine check?
Yeah.
So it's definitely in the blood. Just like any other poison technically gets there. It seems that this is applied when a wound is created. It seems 26 you said?
Yeah.
It seems specifically to be not. It's working on her a very different way. And you seem to think it has to do with her being an Aarakocran. It seems to be a concoction specifically created to give Aarakocrans a problem.
I could try another lesser restoration to remove the poison, but I don't know if that'll continue.
I think it'd still be worth it, at the very least, to give us more time.
Okay, I'll cast a lesser restoration and target poisoned as the condition to remove. So that's all my second level slots gone. I only have 2 more casts of that. Or no, 3 more.
Lesser
at the
restoration, you
most.
said?
Yeah. I can remove 1 condition, and I'm gonna choose poisoned as the condition.
Okay. You do so, and it seems to subside for now.
We need to, like,
But
target
the
the
damage
origin.
is still occurring.
Yeah. We need to target the origin before it spreads.
But if it's already in our bloodstream and it's already spread, it's not like something we can cut out like a tumor. It's
No,
a,
but
you know.
like if I just cleansed her bloodstream magically,
That's what she did, basically.
Okay.
what I just
So the
did,
wounds are still, the wounds themselves
need
are
to-
still...
get the poison out of the wound so it doesn't continue to spread into the bloodstream.
We need to control the source.
Yeah.
Randy,
Do we have anything
because
to
you're
suck
proficient
the
in medicine,
poison out?
because you're proficient in medicine, your real life knowledge of this can play, and that's totally fine with me.
I figured.
Yeah. By the
I'm
way,
not
Randy's
a doctor, so is whenever
You guys, specifically you, what's Egnir's, hold on, your passive perception's like 1 billion, isn't it?
20, yeah.
why the
Same as
fuck does he
mine.
always
Yeah.
have super high passive
Because,
perception?
I don't know. The two of you specifically are feeling rumbles in the ground. It's very soft. It's kind of like Jurassic Park T-Rex water cup, but it's like. So you're hearing that and starting to sense that more often. Take that as you will.
Okay,
Yeah,
is there a way that we can pull the poison out?
I mean, I'm not a healing magic person, so
You have all of the equipment for a surgery on the Hartnell.
I'm
But
trained.
if you call the Hartnell, you
Yeah.
can't dismiss it. Because it'll
for 8 hours.
I'm
for
trained
8
in like
hours.
basic
Well-
medicine and magical healing, but
Egnir set up the magical field on the house, safe house, correct? Okay.
wait.
It doesn't fade. Well, you could. No, you could. As long as you
The
teleport
problem
correctly.
is, what if someone sees the heart?
What I know about any
No,
kind
I'm
of
just
like
thinking like
what I know about any kind of
there's
herbs
already
or
there was
plants
magic
that
here
could
already
draw
that
out
wasn't
poisons.
pinging the thing.
Yeah.
Go and roll a history check.
Oh, motherfucker. Oh, no. 9.
Simple stuff. Like if this was like a bite from a venomous snake, you could handle that with what you just have on you right now. You could draw that out with magic. Most things you can take care of with magic. For the higher stuff that already begins necrosis like this, usually it's pain management and high level heals or an actual surgeon. There are actual surgeons in the world, even though there's magical healing, specifically for things like infection or cancer or because most magic is only focused toward like physical, like a bone break, not like an actual like cellular issue. As far as
You can't just like flay all the skin off of her.
Well,
We need to remove the infected flesh.
How much of the
That's
flesh
so
looks
much of it.
infected? Like,
well, there's 3 large,
Right.
at least this wide across, and probably almost 3 inches.
that's
a little
so
bit
much
Yeah, it's
flesh
a
to
lot.
remove. You're basically butchering a live person for their infected meats.
Luckily, you also have magic on hand as well. So
Yeah,
Not a whole lot left.
Okay, I see this. We could either... I have the moon dagger, we could try and do just basically field surgery and do our best and then pump
cut out
healing.
whatever's infected.
And pump healing into her, because I can at the very least do, like, cure wounds at, like, level 4 twice, 3 times,
Did I use
second
all
level
of my hands?
once.
Yeah, I did.
Like, we
use
can
my
pump
land
healing
hand.
afterward, but... Or we could risk calling the Hartnell, but there's no guarantee it will actually get in this exact spot, depending on how I roll. So it's just a risk-reward balance. Do we want to... It's a more risky surgery if we do it without the Hartnell, I'd imagine, but if we bring the Hartnell, it's more personal risk to the safe house in general, but less risk for the surgery.
Can we ask her what she
Well, and
wants?
also the risk is super strong beings getting a hold of it.
Yeah.
Right.
Can we ask her what she prefers?
She's not conscious. She's just like
Well said, she's already
unconscious. It's if you've ever seen someone in extreme pain and also sleep through it, like it's just a very uncomfortable, restless.
If you want to try, or one of the two of you want to try cutting the flesh, I could heal along the way.
We could do that, and then maybe if it's an emergency situation...
Where it goes wrong, we call the Hartnell at the last.
Yeah!
Okay, I'm okay with that. We just have to get to work
What's
now.
what's your medicine?
My medicine is +7.
Okay. I'm +6.
I think he's better.
What's your medicine?
10.
10? Okay, he could cut the shit out.
Nice 20.
Do you feel comfortable doing this?
I am willing to do it.
Give him the dagger.
Yeah, I'll hand him the moon dagger, and we're gonna try and cut out... He's gonna cut out the necrotic tissue. Ah!
Okay.
I can do small heals over.
Those rumbles, I want to pay attention to those. See if I can try and determine like how far away or how often.
Okay, go ahead and roll a.
I'm gonna need to sleep
perception
after
check.
this, otherwise I'm
We're
useless.
all gonna need to fucking sleep after this.
3,028,28.
You still have death ward on you, by the way.
Yeah.
Specifically their duration or direction.
Duration. So like, so it's the duration, so I can see if I can determine like how far away or how often they are.
Okay.
If that makes sense. Kind of like
Yeah,
thunder or whatever.
You're getting like a, and then stopping, and then another one. It sounds like something is trying to ram,
Okay.
like or. It sounds like a repeated attempt at the same action. It doesn't sound like different.
Okay.
So you don't really know what that is yet. But,
Yeah.
What did anybody else want to do?
I'm gonna wait until he starts cutting and be ready to start casting like cure wounds and stuff to.
I'll stand by,
Patch up.
ready to call the Hartnell if shit starts getting real bad.
You don't happen to have any healing spells, do you?
I have Cure Wounds, which I can do, but that's it.
Because I might, depending on how many
Sure.
times we have to do this, we
Yep.
might need you.
I'll also be ready to do Cure Wounds if need be, but...
Okay.
If you can help her to stay asleep, now would be easy time.
You do have sleep, don't you?
Yeah, but like if you jostle them, they wake up. Being cut with a knife, if it would wake you up normally, it would wake you up even under the effects of the sleep spell, because being jostled, or basically any action being taken on you,
I could
ends the spell.
calm emotions, maybe?
Read it.
I don't think it would work. The minute that she gets hurt, I think it would ruin.
I think so too, but just in
So.
case, you can.
Because
read that
I want
however
to say
you
that
like.
when attacked.
Pimpsh walks up to you, Egnir, and he's a dwarf, so he's much shorter than you at this point. And he sort of looks up to you, and you can see he's been fighting back tears. And he kind of grabs your hand and he holds it, and he let's see how hard he goes.
If cutting into her counts as an attack, then
It's not
she
enough
would
to do any
be
damage to you, but he
frightened
grabs
again.
your hand super hard and bring her back to me. And then he sort of lets go of your hand.
No guarantees.
Then he walks back over to the wall. At this point, also, Siko and Ziwi have kind of like taken a short rest, basically, while you guys went out and came back. Kasdan's also up. He's willing to help, however. He's got knives. He has like a Kiatum. I think he has 2 charges of Kiatum's ointment.
What's that?
That ointment that you spread on.
Oh,
the-
yeah, okay.
I think you have his.
Doesn't have any of
I
that.
think he has 2, doesn't he?
Doesn't have any of that on here.
Oh. He may have used them then. I don't know.
Yeah, this is just.
Yeah,
all
if it's not written on there, he
stuff.
doesn't have it anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, he doesn't have that. As far as medicine, I don't think he can help, but he can hold down. So however you guys want to go about this, who's gonna be? So we're gonna have to have basically.
Didn't they say blow root is used as an anesthetic?
Do you have that written?
Was it?
I feel like he said it's used as a topical anesthetic,
Oh yeah.
but I have a
the,
one.
the D&D cocaine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I have some of that. We could try and put on the wounds. I don't know how.
We could go for it, yeah.
Agnir, go ahead and roll a medicine check to see if that works.
16.
16. It's a weak topical anesthetic. Like there's stronger ways to cut pain, but it certainly
better
won't
than
hurt.
nothing.
Right.
Okay.
So we need some rolls here. Not like dice rolls,
I'm
but
gonna
like
fall off
actually who's
upstairs.
going to be doing what. Oh, where'd my sheet go? Oh, it's right here.
I am what we call useless in this situation.
So,
Just go brood. It'll be okay.
who's going to be? Is Egnir going to be the surgeon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We.
We.
Hon, wee. Beg it.
Okay. So we're going to need like a nurse or like basically someone to like first assistant.
Oh.
What's you're doing healing?
And
I can
Egnir will be,
do.
since Egnir in real life is a real doctor, he will be calling shots and telling you guys what to do, and then I'll be doing
Aren't
corresponding
you
rolls
training
here.
to be a nurse?
That's why I said me. Oh wait, D&D, not real life.
Are you proficient in medicine?
Only in real life.
What are you proficient in?
I'll be a nurse.
I'm proficient in survival.
That could help.
I could be the nurse
I have
role.
plus 10 to survival.
Okay, so
I'm sure Alenia's had experience doing that.
Alenia will be nurse 1. There's going to be a. What are all the roles in surgery, Randy?
All of them?
Well, just like
There's
the
a lot.
top 3.
Surgeon.
Surgeon, surgical assist, anesthesiology.
Anesthesiologist.
Woo! Surgical assist and surgeon. Boom.
Okay, I'm surgical assist. Oh boy.
See, I told you picking up drugs from sketchy
Okay,
pawn
so-
shop people would pay off.
So
No one questioned me
surgeon,
ever again.
Nurse,
I question you every
anesthesiologist, and then Kasdan and you are probably just going to hold her down. So
Oh, I've got that.
you have that?
Yeah, I will cast Hold Person on her.
Oh. Can you concentrate on that and do surgery at the same time?
Probably. Okay. She'll automatically fail. She's unconscious. How long's that last?
A minute each time.
Ugh. Yeah, you're still probably gonna want. This is gonna take a lot longer than 1 minute.
Yeah, you
This
guys
is gonna
might
take a
actually
while,
want to hold
guys.
her down. This is a lot.
So, Velios.
Should we
Alright.
tie her, like, her arms or legs so that she doesn't flail? Or fucking, like, hit anybody?
Person?
No,
No.
1 minute.
Listen, please.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Put your fucking phone down, you piece of shit. So
Guess.
it'll be on you two to hold her down.
Kasdan, do you have anything to restrain her? Or...
Pimp sat down for a second, and you can see his head nodding. He has not slept in probably 2 days. He is exhausted, second level exhaustion. So his speed is halved, and he has disadvantage on all ability checks.
We're both twink as fuck, and I assume she's probably.
Yeah, but there's
stronger
2 of
than
you,
us.
so you can roll with advantage.
That's true.
She's no, this is not the big one.
Oh, okay.
No.
This is Scholar, right?
Yeah, no. Bleora is
Leora is the big one.
is
Okay,
the
yeah.
big bald eagles. This is the red hawk.
Oh, that's not too bad. About Seiko size.
Yeah, about Seiko's size, a little bit smaller.
If I had a 5th level slot, I could animate an object to hold her down, but I do not.
Alright, well, let's
Okay,
go.
so you do have a table here. Are you gonna do it on the table or on the couch area she's been
I'm
in?
Do
assuming
people
the
eat
table...
on this table?
After you do surgery on
Yep.
it, probably.
No, we're gonna have to use the table, I'm sure.
I mean, a table's a smart idea.
Okay, so who's picking her up?
I'll pick her up.
You can just pick her up alone.
I'm sure, yeah. Or do
Okay,
we have
she's
to
in
pick her-
critical condition. I'm
Yeah,
just saying, like, Elenia would be like, "Oh, that person's hurt." Whoop.
Well, she
You know what I
wouldn't-
mean?
She wouldn't do it, like, fucking violently.
Okay, well, so hear me out.
Can I feasibly grab her by myself, or would
You
I
can
need help?
absolutely try.
Someone else want to help me grab her?
I have a 10 strength character and an 8 strength character.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Right, I'll
So
grab.
both of you roll a strength check.
13.
At least you have hollow bones. You have an
Jeez, okay,
excuse.
I'm never using these dice again. I hate you, Mon. Shit, it'll take her months to catch up to that. But I rolled a 1.
Yeah, I got it. Fine, that one.
It's a 7.
Okay.
Can we not kill the patient by dropping her on the floor?
That's fine. That dice is not going to be used ever
Higher
again.
or lower?
Oh god.
Higher.
It was a 7. Okay. So, you go to pick her up, and immediately Elenia drops the top half as her hand slides because there's blood pooling underneath. And I'm gonna give you the chance to make a dex save, Elenia.
Oh, nothing but a natural 20 would probably help.
That's pretty good.
17.
17, you managed to catch her without causing a lot of damage.
When you first rolled that, I only saw the 1 and I was like, oh my god! She's
So-
never gonna live this down!
Okay, so you are able.
I will kill you.
You and Egnir are able to pick her up and put her on the table. I need the 2 of you to just 1 each roll because it's gonna be top and bottom half. Do you want top or bottom? Top. Liar.
Shut the fuck up.
I mean, y'all know better.
No,
All right, well that's
you're a liar.
That's for you.
14.
Okay.
And then Kasdan. It's a 13.
All right. Let me see her her personal athletics
So Kasdan's definitely
against that.
So.
Oh, she has disadvantage.
With the
'cause
professor,
she's-
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe he's a top.
Okay, so you seem to have her. She's unconscious and she's not trying to get out, but she is. You know, there's lots of shocks of pain, and so she is fighting against it. It seems that for now, you guys have her pretty much restrained without hurting her. So, what do you want to do next?
I need to apply the blow root.
Okay, so go ahead and give me a medicine check.
Do we have a sterile field?
This is a sterile that's going to get
Yeah, we
kinda
can't.
dusted in here.
I don't have any luck points. Let's hope this doesn't.
Professor accidentally inhales it
How'd you do?
himself.
Did
Did you roll a nat one? You rolled a fucking nat one?
So
Accidentally snorted it myself.
that's a 7.
Higher or lower?
Jesus fuck.
Lower.
Lower to 17. I need you to roll a Constitution save.
Uh-oh.
You are all fired.
Okay, so as the professor goes to open it, you open the little satchel, and it's kind of like a little dice bag. I don't have one right here. Sure. And you kind of pull the drawstrings, and it goes. And you are now high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same. Do you
What
remember
else
that,
is
do you remember
new?
how that works?
I just erased it because I was going
You
to use
get
it on
hyper
this.
focused on something.
Tunnel vision, yeah.
And you'll have to roll.
But I get advantage on all my. Okay.
Advantage on all skill checks with the possibility of being too focused on the thing when you do that.
Worst surgery ever.
Okay, so
Woo! Woo!
there is a little bit that sprinkles down on top of the wounds, and you see Professor go, just kind of shakes it out on top, and his pupils go.
Are you high?
What? No, I put it on her wound.
He puts the glasses.
Really?
Welcome to my life.
Her
Alright.
surgery's gonna go really well, for the record. I can feel it. Worst case, he can eat her. It's fine.
Wow.
What? I do not do that.
Your mushrooms kinda do, is the gist I'm getting.
What? Okay,
So-
shut up.
So, which do you want to go with the top wound, the middle wound, or the gut wound?
Which one is the largest?
Probably the middle one. The middle one, the top one comes across the collarbone and goes across to the on the top part of the rib cage, past the sternum. The middle one cuts across right underneath, the breast area cuts right underneath. Although Aarakocrans don't have mammal titties, so they just have breast meat, like a chicken, and it cuts across, and you can see there's probably severe broken bones and stuff there, but the middle one seems to have cut the deepest. And then obviously the gut one ignored all the protection of the rib cage, and her organs. So
Okay, let's start with the middle one.
okay, so you start with the middle. It is a 2-inch gash that starts very small on the upper arm, just in front of the triceps area, and then comes down across and extends all the way across the chest. And it's got a deep black ooze to it. It's seeping, and it seems to have been torn and cut at the same time. So it's a pretty traumatic thing. And you can also tell that the flesh around that is extremely irritated.
Okay. So I will start by just trying to clean out any loose debris or ooze or whatever is in the wound.
Okay, how did you want to do that? There's a kitchen, by the way, if you're looking
Yeah,
for it.
do we have water? Can we just flush it?
I'm gonna go run and look for that.
Okay, so in Aarakocra homes, you don't have like normal sinks. It's kind of like a bath. Okay.
It's a bird bath.
It kind of looks like a bird bath, but they don't bathe in it, right? So it's like a half circle basin.
It's like a washing basin, right?
Yeah, it's kind of more for a formal wash, but there is some water in there. It doesn't look stagnant and gross. It seems like they had been, at least within a couple weeks, it's been changed. It's not super dirty. It's
Do we have
pretty
like
clean in here.
Is there like a bucket or anything I can use to scoop water
Yeah,
out of the
there's
basin?
buckets. There's 2 buckets. There's a mop. There's some towels. There's some linens.
Okay, I'll grab the towels and linens.
Okay.
Grab one of the buckets and fill it up with water.
All right.
I also have
And
an
then-
alchemy jug if we need more water.
Okay,
Sure,
cool.
quickly.
And
That'll
I'll
be cleaner as well. Just
Okay.
fish- like
We can just use
it's just
that.
magical.
Do the
clean
alchemy
water,
jug then.
so-
Okay, I'll
Actually.
fill the alchemy jug with water.
I'll just bring
Okay.
the bucket over
So
to
you
like
pop a
wash
fork
off
on the side, and
rags
you can fill
if
the
you have
bucket
to.
with that water. How many gallons? It's like
I'm gonna look
it's
right
like
now.
20 or so.
It's a ridiculous. It's
a
like
lot.
12 gallons, I think.
It's a lot. So yeah, you'll have.
Alcohol to sterilize.
Oh yeah, alcohol.
Wait.
It does have alcohol. Yeah.
Do you want to
it
make
does-
alcohol instead, and we can use the water here, but you could sterilize with alcohol?
Let's
That
see.
works.
There's
That would be best.
wine
water's
is the most
probably not clean,
alcoholic beverage
but-
that is in here. Would wine work? Wouldn't that have like?
Sugars.
Yeah.
I feel like that's probably not good.
That would fucking.
And the other is beer, which has like yeast and shit. So
Yeah. I mean,
if they had like
Like a vodka, like
something
a liquor.
like a straight.
like
Now
whiskey or something.
again,
but-
in the Hartnell, you have high concentrated.
Can I dig
spirits.
around in the kitchen to see if they have any spirits
Go
in
ahead,
the house?
go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Oof, not that great. 8.
It seems like most of this is almost like a model home. There's not a lot of stocking that goes on here. It seems like the very basics, just to kind of like if anybody walked in here, that would look like just someone doesn't really come in here a lot, like it's a summer home or something. So no.
Okay, we'll just have to deal with water and
Yeah.
I
There are,
have all the
gla-
linens,
there are
a bucket.
glasses around. But the thing with Aarakocra glasses is, depending on where you're at, luckily you're in the snow owl area, so it's not like really thin stems. So you have like semi-normal cups, but some of them also have like a spout, almost like a gravy boat mug. So you have some of that stuff too. You have basic utensils like butter knives, spoons. Think like Asian style spoons where they have the flat bottom that sets. And you have chopsticks style, like for grubs and things.
okay, fuck it. I'm just gonna grab the bucket, water, rags,
Okay.
linens, all
Sure.
of that. Run over.
Okay.
So the best we have is clean water from the jug
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. So clean water from the jug.
and some linens.
All right. So you want to wash that out?
Yeah, I'll wash it out and then use some of the linens to just kind of gently scrape away whatever is loose in there.
Okay. Go ahead and make a medicine check.
It's a 1, so 11.
3 in a row.
Okay. So as you
Guys.
go to
We've had a long
Fuck you
day.
guys
is this
doing
called
over there?
debriding? Am I crazy?
Debriding.
Debriding? Not
Yeah.
crazy. Pretty close. Med school, didn't go to it. So
We know.
debriding. As you try to get rid of some of the dead tissue and some of the uncleanliness, you do manage to begin cleaning the center wound. However, at a certain point, you're digging around past there, and you feel a tug on one of the linen cloths as you get down to the bottom of it and sort of like very softly try to do this. A string seems to catch on something as you pull up, and you hear a and you see a piece of bone from the rib, and birds have pretty brittle bones as is. It pops off, and her whole body goes. And I need you and Kasdan to make saves, strength saves.
Alright, well, mine is a 23.
Okay.
And Kasdan's is that's a 2.
A 2?
Yeah.
Okay, so at the bottom there, her legs, you're able to hold her shoulders down and make sure, and you can hear her go, you hold her down. Kasdan, on the other hand, when that happens, sees the professor go, oh, and Kasdan goes, ah! And the legs kick, and she starts to take the bottom half off the table, as it's just like a thin table. I need you to make a dex save.
Kasdan or me?
You.
Okay.
And then Kasdan needs to make a dex save after the fact if you happen to stop your top half.
Mine's an 18.
Okay, now he needs to make a dex save.
And his is...
Okay, this counts as a
sorry,
failure.
mine's a 19.
Okay.
His is an 11.
Okay, that's just enough.
Because there's another one.
Yeah, that was the DC she set. So that was one failure. The DC of this entire operation went up again. So a lot of things are playing against you guys right now.
Can I try to throw a cure wounds and like mend the bones underneath?
You can try.
I'll
It's a touch spell.
do that. Yeah. So I
Sleight
just.
of hand.
Oh boy. Not bad. 14.
Okay, yeah, you can kind of like operation this. You even go so far as to take to deapparate you like the gauntlet part. It sort of goes down to your elbow.
I know
and
she
you
doesn't
just
usually have
you pull-
gauntlets for this reason.
Yeah, you pull. Well,
healing.
you know the like armor on your forearms and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what those are called. Greaves? What are those for
Greaves.
arms?
Greaves are usually the
Bracers.
hands.
What? Greaves are for
Bracers?
shins, right?
Bracers.
Bracers. That's the word. Greaves, but for your arms.
No, greaves
I
are
know.
your gauntlets.
I thought greaves were
I
the
believe.
shoes.
No, greaves
Or no,
are the boots.
greaves
Yeah,
are the
greaves
boots.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Fuck.
So you deapparate, you pull up your sleeve, and you're able to operation the board game. Boop. Go ahead and tell me how much your cure wounds was.
4th level.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we're gonna. That's pretty good. 20, yeah. No, 20 plus. It'd be plus 4, so 24.
24? Okay, 2 people during this next round can have advantage on a roll. You get to choose when, but 2 people can have advantage on the roll as the rib sort of starts to knit together and spiral together. You've never actually seen a bone get completed with cure wounds before. What happens is this magical, almost like fiber, touches in between them, and then it slowly builds up bone in a twisting fashion. And so it doesn't look like bone necessarily, like it grows in like this twisting magical fashion, and then as someone naturally heals, it uses that as a lattice work to cover it with natural bone. It's very interesting. Roll me a constitution save.
Yeah. 11.
11. You kind of want to touch it. Egnir can see. The Velios can see. I need you to roll sleight of hand, because you know
Okay.
they can see, and you have advantage on this.
Of course
I
do.
need you guys to roll perception checks, you and Egnir.
This is with sight, right?
Oh, of course. Yep. Okay.
Natural 20?
That's the one I get a natural 20 on.
What's it all combined?
26.
So I gotta roll 16 or
I'm gonna
higher.
touch this
Since
bone.
Since it's with sight, that
Are
means
you
I
wearing your
have...
goggles inside?
I always do.
Okay.
I never take them.
I rolled a 25.
Woo!
24.
Oh no!
Sorry, everyone.
Professor, you
Oh.
stick your finger in there and go. and he says boop out loud. Boop! I need you and Kasdan yet again to make rolls there, and whoever wants to take care of the professor in this scenario, I need them to do so, however they'd like.
I'm going to
What?
Save, right? Strength save.
drag
Save,
you
yes.
across the
21,
room.
I gotta touch the bones!
I'm dragging him across the room.
The bones!
Okay, go ahead and roll an athletics check against hers.
Okay.
Has
With
it got a-
advantage.
Oh, what?
9 for Gaston.
9 for
Ain't
Kasdan.
gonna matter,
That's
bitch.
just enough. She rolled like an 8.
Okay.
Athletics?
So she's still...
21.
25.
Okay, good. Thank you.
So you managed to
I
pull him across
I
the
literally
room
pull
into
him
the
across
kitchen.
the room, and then
Okay.
I shove him into the kitchen.
Okay,
Bones!
there's no door on it.
No, but I just shove him as far away as possible.
Okay, so, yeah, you're able to push him like 10 feet.
Stay away.
Backwards. Go ahead and roll a persuasion check. Go ahead and roll a charisma save with advantage. We said the thing!
Hey.
Okay, actually not that great.
Persuasion?
17?
Ooh,
Oh, 18,
wait.
sorry.
23.
Okay.
Okay, she says, stay away! And you go, you're right.
That's
Okay.
the first time you said Lenny was right.
Is it the first time you've said? Probably not.
I
but
don't know.
Not in general.
He's definitely said I've been right before.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with her, like, on principle. She's just wrong a lot. It's not my fault.
Agnir's like, can we get back to this?
I'm just gonna look at interesting things in the kitchen while they do this.
Go ahead and roll an investigation check with advantage.
Uh,
I hate you.
20.
20. You find a bag of dried grubs of various kinds. It's like a trail mix of grubs.
Okay.
All dried and seasoned. They smell like, kind of like taco seasoning.
I'm gonna eat one.
You gonna eat one?
Yeah.
It's like a taco with legs.
I don't know if that's good or not, but
Oh no.
So it's basically like a,
The munchies.
that's what it was like. It's like if Munchies, the chips, made bugs.
okay.
But they were sponsored by Taco Bell.
All right.
It's kind of like, so each one is like a little different, and they're like different shapes. So you have like the mealworms, because those ones are a little more spicy, and then you have like the just like beetles,
Yep.
and they're a little more meaty, and so you're kind of going through that, and you're just kind of like snacking.
All right, I'm gonna.
You kind of walk to the door, and and you hear this very loud, open mouth of the shells of bugs being chewed up.
What are you guys doing?
I'm going to murder him.
Okay, so I need the next round of this.
Do that after.
So you have debrided the wound, though it did cause some complications. So you're on to the next step. And try to close it up.
We have to do this 2 more times.
I just want to point out, I brought the drugs out with great intentions. For the record, I did not intend to use them. Sometimes shit just happens.
Matt won it, man. Love Dungeons and Dragons. Love it.
Okay, deep breath. And then I'm gonna slowly just start cutting out any of the tissue that looks infected or rotting or gangrenous.
All right, go ahead and roll me a medicine check to make sure you get as much of it as you
What
can.
is
During this, I need you to roll a medicine check to make sure that you can properly assist in getting rags and making sure that the debris is
When does that
Yeah,
advantage
removed.
come into play that she got?
whenever you'd like.
We'll keep that roll, and
Okay.
we'll actually.
Yeah, you can choose advantage twice during this round from the cure wounds because it was so high.
During this round.
During this round.
Oh, okay. I'll use the advantage then.
Okay, so there's
if
one
it's
use of the
unlimited.
advantage.
Ooh, yeah, that's really good. 26.
26. Okay. This round meaning this like the middle wound.
Yeah.
So 26 on your assisting. What was yours?
17.
17. You can use advantage if you'd like.
I mean, that's the only other chance to use it.
Might
this
as
round, I
well.
think, right?
Yeah.
Well, no, it's you haven't closed it up yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
You can save it if you'd like. Just letting you know.
I also, if you want me to close it and you move on to the next one, I could maybe do that.
Is it medicine to close it, or is it like sleight of hand or something?
You don't know.
Fuck.
I mean, I could magically try to close it with like cure wounds.
Do you know what?
Or I have mending as a cantrip.
No.
That's inorganic.
That's true.
Are you gonna stick with the 17?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you are cutting out stuff. You got a 26.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's gonna help a lot. Okay. Professor, you're good right now because you're focused on the bugs. Those only are gonna last you. We'll go and roll a Constitution with advantage.
19.
Okay, there's some hella munchies. You have by the time so you have this, and then at the end of whatever the next part of this middle wound is, probably closing it up, you'll be done with the bag.
All right.
And then you'll no longer be focused on that thing. And then we're gonna roll again for that. So, to see if you can stave it off. So,
I will literally punch you until you're unconscious if you come
oh my
up with
god,
this.
you are
Whoa!
you are able
It's
to
like
right
one
now. You did take out the dead tissue. You think Alenia was very helpful. There was a couple times there where Alenia saw what you didn't see, and you were able to make sure that you didn't take too much tissue. Birds, you haven't been around a ton of Aarakocrans. You've never even met this bird necessarily as part of the oath yourself. It worked. You have one success on this round. So, it's clear of dead tissue, it seems. The breathing seems to be a little bit more steady. You're halfway through your bag of bugs. Taco bugs. What would you like to do next?
We don't have anything to, like, stitch it up, do we?
Do you?
Are there needles or thread or anything around this place?
With your last investigation check, you didn't find any.
Fuck.
Are you not gonna try and magically close it, or you just not have the slots?
I guess I could try to magically close it.
This would be another Operation Cure Wounds, and it would depend on how much hit points you do.
Do you know... Okay, wait. You said this one was the largest one, right?
It is.
Alright, we're gonna just use the biggest spell slot I got left, which is a third, so third level Cure Wounds.
Okay.
Do I have to...
Roll that. Are you going to be doing anything for closing this up, Egni?
I just want to inspect it and make sure that it looks well perfused and like it's gonna heal okay.
Okay, go ahead and do that before the Cure Wounds.
Okay, I won't say it.
20? I assume investigation is what you want.
Medicine.
Oh, then 30.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you look through it. It looks very clean. It looks like you got rid of the poison and the semi-gangrenous tissue. There doesn't seem to be any seepage. Obviously, there's going to be inflammation around the wound, but it doesn't seem to be caused by the substance itself. It just seems to be from the cutting and all that, just general tearing of that area. And your Cure Wounds was?
23.
23?
It was a really nice roll.
Okay, so it is able to knit up the center as you sort of run your hands along the wound. Go and roll me sleight of hand while you do this. As it starts to knit together, we're going to see...
Oh, good. 19.
19, okay, so you managed to do this without really irritating her or causing pain. You run across, and again, these small tendrils of flesh, and it immediately looks scarified but still soft because it's brand new flesh. So yeah, that middle one is shut and taken care of. So that was the one that needed 2 successes to do, and you have 2 successes. The other 2 take 1 each. She is critical, but you've stabilized right now. The other 2 wounds seem bad. The lower one seems worse.
Alright, let's go to the lower one.
Yeah, we'll go down to the lower one.
All right, at that, Professor, you kind of shake the bag dust into your mouth. You need to roll a Constitution save with not advantage, just normal.
Okay.
I'll have to save a 3rd level slot just in case we need to cleanse of poison again, I guess.
7.
7. All right.
I do have cure wounds,
Roll
so
me
I
a
can take care of
D4.
that.
Oh,
Okay.
For
God.
direction.
Because the only thing I have left is
1 is
first
towards
level.
them. 2 is right. 3 is left. 4 is behind you.
4.
Behind you. You go to the kitchen again. You're looking for more munchies.
Okay,
Go
good.
roll me an investigation check with advantage.
24.
24. You find a bag of unboiled rice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll eat it.
It's not a big bag, luckily.
Good.
But you immediately take
Isn't
it.
rice bad for birds?
You like pour it into your mouth. Oh, that's not rice at all, is it? Oh, that's more bugs. These are unseasoned. Not dry. You're like hate eating this right now.
Is it better or worse than the time
Like,
I tried to eat all the mayonnaise?
The
for
back
bet?
of your head is like, eat your medicine. You deserve this.
Yeah, yeah. You got that characterization
There's-
fucking down, by the way.
There's some wriggling around.
What the fuck?
They're small
Yeah.
white bugs. You're sort of scooping them.
Well,
I miss the
rice-sized
ring of the goat
nuggets.
so much.
Yeah, the ring of the goat's not here, and they do.
It also didn't.
They
make
kind of
it
have
taste
that.
better, but
You ever like?
you could
ever-
prestidigitate them to be seasoned.
he's
I'm
fucked.
very focused on
Yeah,
that.
no, he's fucked up. Have you ever like lifted up a piece of like rotting bark off a tree and
Yeah.
there's grubs and that smell? That's the smell. So,
Bird people are gross.
What?
Egnir and Alenia,
Them like that.
are you moving down to the lower wound?
Yeah.
All right. So again, we're gonna try to debride it. Go ahead and roll medicine check. Go ahead and roll a supporting medicine check.
21.
16.
Okay. The DC went up after you guys failed the first time.
I can't.
And
I still have favorite bug gods.
do you want to use it?
Yeah, I'll use it.
Okay.
I'll use it now. It's another 4. What did I say? It was
20.
7.
It was a 16, now it's 20.
16, now it's 20.
So 20 and 21. Okay.
Yep, that's checked off.
So that's just enough.
That is literally the last bit
That's
of...
just enough to avoid another failure state as you
Fuck, I have empowered healing.
you notice that some of the digestive system is cut and not helping the sort of septic situation that you're working with.
Spoilers are pointless.
Do the intestines look infected as well?
The intestines themselves, there's one part.
Or just
There's
physical
one part
trauma
that's
there?
cut open that clearly is starting to become infected. Yes. It's like a bend in it, and it kind of goes across one in only one intestine, obviously, but probably an upper intestine, and I don't know how bird intestines work necessarily, but it goes around in a curl and then slashed across. They're not cut off, and they don't seem to need to be like reattached, but it did get deep enough to where it did in fact cut into some organ, and there is like a necrosis happening.
Okay. I'll try a 3rd level cure wounds right there to try and
Okay, that will take a sleight of
Hit
hand
that up.
check.
sleight of hand.
Just a 3rd level
Yep.
cure wounds there.
13.
Okay. Higher or lower?
Fuck. Higher.
Okay, it's a 7. So again, I need athletics checks from you and...
Oh, wait. Hold on. I think I can make... What were your dice rolls for that? Did you roll like a 1 on any of those dice?
I rolled a 10 plus 3 for sleight of hand.
No, for your
Cure wounds.
healing, your cure wounds.
Oh, I didn't roll for that yet.
The cure wounds will still go off. It's just
Okay.
when we play the operation game, you definitely cause some pain.
13. I got a 5, 6, and 7, so that's 18. Plus 5, so 23.
Okay.
Never mind. I'll save that.
Okay. What were your athletics
haven't
rolls?
rolled yet, I was waiting.
Okay, go for it.
Strength save, so 16 for the first one.
Okay.
And the second one is a 16 as well.
All right, you're able to hold her down against this writhing of pain. Your heal does work. You are going to get, again, advantage on 2 of your choice during this part of the wound. And you can see the intestinal, tearing. It knits back together. There's still, dead tissue around it, but you're pretty sure that the actual necrosis is more in the flesh than it is in the organ. So you don't have an open digestive system leaking into the wound at this point. There's lots and lots of debris, though.
Okay. I'll just start cleaning out the necrotic tissue then.
Okay, go ahead and roll an intelligence check with disadvantage.
Oh, fuck.
Not you, Professor, I'm sorry.
Okay.
You can make your medicine check, just normal.
7.
7? Alright, you're still eating the worms.
Okay.
20?
20 for your medicine check, and
Yeah.
go ahead and roll your supporting medicine check.
What the fuck? That's a 21.
Okay, you guys are just riding the line. The DC is 20, and you both have to hit it. So, right now, you are able to sweep the area. You use the alchemy jug whenever you need to make sure you have the cleanest possible water. And you are able to get a lot of this dead debris out. It looks like you are successful in that. And it seems like the wound is clean. It just needs to be shut.
Okay.
You have advantage if you'd like it. Again, 2 times. During this wound.
I'm going to cure wounds to close this one, and I'm going to use my last sorcery point to twin spell a first level cure wounds. So it's 2 first
It'll
level
take
cure
2
wounds.
sleight of hands.
2 sleight of hands?
Yeah, because you're casting it twice, and you have to touch it.
Well, no, I'm casting it once. It just twins it.
It just twins it? Okay, just 1 then. Yeah.
So-
But you get advantage if you'd like it.
Yeah.
So you're going to take advantage on this?
Do I have to roll a medicine and a sleight of hands, or just a
Sleight of hand check, not a medicine
okay.
check. The sleight of hand is to make sure you don't...
Yeah, we're gonna take the advantage
Okay,
for that.
it's just to make sure that you don't cause undue pain.
Nope.
Okay, what was it?
See if I
6?
can cleanse the dice real quick. Yeah, no, it's fucking.
Yeah, no, these dice are cursed.
Okay, so you do close the
Doo-doo.
wound.
God damn it. You know, I was proud of myself for not saying that.
Go ahead and roll me athletics checks again.
God damn it.
As she squirms in the chair.
Fuck.
Okay, she's
We're all
rolling
fucking
low.
trash.
You thought it and you
Yep.
didn't want to
Okay.
say it.
The second one is a 11.
Okay, those are fine. She is able to stay there.
Fucking clutching over here.
Oof, that's a really bad cure wounds roll.
2 first levels.
I used my radiant soul today already, huh? Yep, I did. Well, that is.
You get to add your modifier both times.
Yeah, I do.
Because they're individual spells.
3, 7, 8, 9, 13.
13?
Yeah.
Okay. It does manage to knit up most of the way. It's not like...
I still have more
There's-
slots I could.
There's still some wounding, and specifically it looks like a divot, and there's lots of scarification, and it is seeping, but not bleeding.
I have 2 more casts. Should I just try
You got
to
another wound up
close
top.
up?
I'd hold off until it's better to have 2 partially healed wounds, I would argue, than
One
Then one
gaping
that's-
one. Well,
It would
he's
take
also
another
got
sleight
cure
of hand
wounds.
as well.
It's not bleeding, it's just like intracellular fluid.
Yeah.
Okay. We can probably just bandage that.
Okay, alright.
So that will take a medicine check and a sleight of hand with a medicine. So one of
So
you
we're
has to
bandaging
bandage, the other person has to hold them up to get around the. Because you don't have anything. You don't have anything that sticks. Like we don't have sticky pads.
I'll hold them up.
Okay, so that'll be the sleight of hand check.
What the fuck?
It's because you got to be gentle. So would you want to do that?
Would you? Okay, I'll bandage if you can hold her up.
Is his sleight
Sure.
of hand better than yours?
Yeah, are you gonna use the linen or what are you using to bandage? I mean, you do have some stuff in your. You have a medicine kit?
I don't have a medicine kit. I need to get one. Because I lost
Whatever
everything.
looks cleanest.
Yeah, there's some pretty clean linens.
Yeah,
and
whatever,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So use the cleanest.
Okay. You can easily pick out the best ones between the two of you.
I'm gonna use the advantage on that.
Okay.
Okay, my medicine was
For
really good.
Natural 20, so 23.
Hey, alright,
Natural 20 on the sleight of hand to pick up very gently. So you two kind of let go a little bit so that they can pick up her midsection. And you're raised and you guys kind of work together to bandage around.
24.
24 medicine check. The bandage is very nice. It's sealed. It doesn't seem too tight or too loose. It seems to be pressed up against the wound. The seepage seems to be going straight to the linen cloth here. So you're probably good out of the woods as far as that one. Then you just have the big one up here, which there is a little bit of neck involved. So you're worried about
Like
the
an
artery
artery.
here. But you have one more success.
Alright, next one.
Okay. Yep. Get to
Alright.
work.
So, Professor,
Oh god.
roll me a Constitution check to see how, with advantage, to see how, I guess it's basically a save anyway, so yeah. Constitution.
15?
Okay, you are almost done. Roll me an intelligence check with disadvantage.
$20.
20?
Yeah, I got a 20
You're
and a
sitting
15
here
on the
going through
dice.
these, and you realize these are maggots? And then you go, wait a second, you've seen a TV show once where they put maggots on open wounds to clean them?
Okay.
I thought about that.
Wow.
I thought about that. I don't know if
Because
Elena
they
would know
only
that.
eat necrotic tissue.
Yeah.
They only
And
eat
you sort of
dead
go-
tissue.
With worms, you go, I have maggots!
When he said maggots earlier, I thought, wait, can you use that to clean wounds? In my head.
They're maggots. Maggots eat necrotic tissue. If you use these, it might help. Also, they're worms, though. I don't know. I'm pretty high. But I think at least 30% of what I just said is accurate.
You look over
Wouldn't
to him
we
and he's
need to
got
wait?
literal like maggot guts like around his lips.
We don't have as many as we had before I ate some. I'm sorry.
Wouldn't
You look at those, you're like, yeah, these are good.
How long would it take for that to work?
A while.
Would I know based on my
Basically-
roll?
Longer than she has.
Basically, what this would do, it would, if you're not able to close the wound, it would let you, it would be considered stable. So it's like a backup plan here. Velius, go roll a survival check.
15?
15. There are some people that use some bugs, you don't know if there's any in here, to crush up into a paste to make a salve to put over wounds as well. So, not maggots, but
Yeah.
like specifically like little beetles. A lot of people eat them.
Do I still have to continue holding Scholar, or am I good now?
Well, if you let go, the top half is
That's
not
fair.
attended. Ziwi's a little too short to get leverage.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell the high guy to see if he can find any of those.
Okay.
The maggots I had,
The
or
beetles.
the beetles.
Beetles.
See if there's anything just...
I don't know how in control of my actions I am. If so, I would like to give them the maggots.
Oh yeah, you can give them maggots.
Okay, I'll give
Once
them
you
the
had that
maggots.
idea, like your intelligence check was how you
Okay. Broke out of the...
broke out of the I want to eat these. You're a little full at this point. You've had some food here.
Okay.
You ate about half a pound of worms and that trail mixy taco stuff.
Sure. Yeah, I'll look for the beetles then.
Okay, go ahead and roll an investigation check with advantage. See if they have any here.
18.
18. You look around, and you listen to his description of it. Oh, you ate those. Oh yeah, you ate those. You're worried about the taco seasoning anyway, to be fair.
I just say, I don't think there's any here. Why would I tell him? Why would I tell him?
No,
there's no reason I would tell
You
him.
can totally lie to him.
Absolutely.
Roll a deception check.
I was getting inside check.
Yeah, go ahead and
so-
roll an inside check.
Got some net 20.
Woo!
You gotta beat a 30.
19. God damn it.
You look back, he's holding the bag, and you see this taco dust kind of around his, like the orange bounces off the purple. You kind of look over,
It's in his mustache.
and you think for a second, oh no, like the cumin beetles,
Yeah.
and like the cumin mix. This is kind of like a thing you guys do. It's usually like a street food that you kind of get on the side. It's kind of like your French fries.
Yeah.
These are just happen to be seasoned in that way. Those probably would have worked if you like washed them with the water and crushed them up.
Good. He ate them. But it's fine. Just forget that idea option existed.
I'm gonna kill him.
It's okay, they were covered in seasoning.
I'm gonna kill
They
him.
were
If
covered
it
in
makes everyone
seasoning,
feel better, they weren't that good.
I'm gonna kill him.
But we could have washed them to get the seasoning
Kill him
off and
after
we could have made a
please.
paste. But, you know, he ate them all. It's fine. It's fine. We didn't know they existed before this second, so we can just move past it and continue with the original plan. That way we don't kill another person. Potentially kill 2 people.
Alright,
All right.
good luck with whatever you guys are doing. I'm going back to the kitchen.
All right. So he hands you the maggots. So you have some a backup plan here if you want to stop now. This whole process has taken 2 hours.
No, we should go. We should continue on the way that we were doing this. I think
Yeah.
Okay, totally
Yeah.
fine.
we already cleaned it, didn't we? So we just need to.
The top wound? No.
Yeah. I thought we started it.
Nope.
Nope. The second one went really well.
Yeah.
The first one did not. It raised your DC for everything. DC right now is 20.
All right, let's try it.
Yep.
All right, so you're gonna start out the first one, getting rid of the gross stuff with the water and linens, correct?
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead and roll your 2 medicine checks. You helping?
Yep.
And support. And...
Net 20, so that's a 30.
Oh, you get advantage then. You get advantage on this roll.
Thank God, because that
Nat
was
20 gives
that was
the
an
other person
18.
advantage, so you haven't done it yet. Nice.
There you go.
Yay! All right, that's a 20. 25?
Okay, so you guys, the third time through, away from most of the vital areas except for the main artery on the left side of her neck. It's not nicked, but it is exposed. Once you get past some of that, you can see an obvious pulse through this, right on this artery. So it was very close to being immediately fatal. You seem to have cleaned this initial part of the wound. Now there's the part where you have to cut the dead flesh. I need you to roll a Constitution save.
With advantage or disadvantage?
Normal.
Normal. Okay. 17.
You're good.
Okay.
I can't believe you succeeded so many times in the warden's like a prison, but here it's like ah! Okay, so you're good. You have moments of clarity. Would you like to do anything while you are lucid? As they sort of you see them cleaning out this really dirty wound.
After-
Alenia is very intense. She has her sleeves rolled up.
With
She's-
my moment of lucidity, I'm gonna take a look at the empty bags of bugs and just ruminate on the decisions I've made.
Okay. You also have a bard level in case you want to use it.
Oh, wait, hold on.
You have 1 level of bard.
He's gonna start playing his recorder.
Okay, what are you
Which
playing?
hopefully will. Let me see.
Do you have the Grays theme?
Oh God, what do I got?
House theme, maybe?
Do you have the house theme?
I don't have the house theme.
Wait, the new theme or the old
The
theme?
old theme.
There's a new one?
This
two.
guitar, for some reason,
Literally, magical guitar starts filling. Okay. So
Alright.
how many people are inspired by this?
just one person.
What are you
Let's,
doing?
What do they have to do still?
They have to cut
Cut
the
away
flesh
the
out
flesh.
and then close the wound. You can keep that on.
Oh god. Okay,
Wrecking ball.
How do you have...
Wrecking ball from a recorder,
Yeah.
by the way.
you know how long it takes to find like 30 songs done on recorder? Too long. I'm gonna say Egnir, because he's gotta cut the shit out.
Okay, none of you really recognize this song, but it's like an earworm. For some reason, like, okay. You can hear the professor's. Professor has like a single tear run down his cheek. Okay, you are
He's
inspired,
pretending to swing around.
Egnir.
Okay.
So what's the inspiration? Is it D4 at that level, or
I think it's D6
It's
at the lowest, right?
I gotta double check. It's been so long
I
since
want
I
to say it
fucking
was.
used my
I
bard
want to say
features.
it was D6 because it went up to a D8 later on.
Yeah,
when
it
we
is a
leveled.
D6 because
Okay.
at a higher level
Okay.
it's D8.
are you gonna keep that on? You don't have to. It's up to you. It's your choice.
I think that's as long as that particular clip goes.
Okay, I'll turn this back on.
I came in like a
I know that whole
That's
song.
literally the professor's theme here.
All right,
The wrecking
so
ball.
you have a D6 of inspiration. You can use it at any time. You don't have to use it during this procedure. You can just keep it for 8 hours,
No, 10 minutes.
10 minutes. So it's probably during this procedure, unless you decided you want to fight somebody. But so you have that, and now you need to cut the flesh.
Okay. Let's get to work.
Go ahead and make your rolls.
25.
25. What's that? Is that a nat 1?
Woo!
That's an 11.
An 11? All right, higher or lower?
Lower.
Lower? It's a 16. How have you guys gotten this wrong every time?
What the fuck?
It's literally just roulette.
That's the only
It's
time.
betting on black and losing
That's
every
the
time.
only time they went with the higher chance one too.
So, no, that's, he lost once.
Oh yeah.
Higher, it was like a 13. Okay, so I need the two of you to make, athletics checks. Okay, you're
I
fine.
mean, that's a 21.
You're fine.
Okay.
She rolled a natural 1. She's starting to lose focus, but that is going to count as a failure.
I am clutching every single roll over here. What the fuck are you guys doing?
I've been doing really good, okay?
I've not failed a single strength
So
save.
you are on your last failure and your last success here.
You're about to fail one of my fists.
You're gonna have to retry because it was so bad though. So you got half of the way down. The DC is going to be lowered a little bit for your part of it. For both of you, I guess.
I'm gonna play another song and give her inspiration now, because I have 3 per day.
Okay. What song?
Oh god.
Oh god.
Oh,
I feel like just like before when you used to inspire us with your words, you inspired me out of spite rather
just,
than by
like-
any sort of actual inspiration.
Can you just be Nurse Joy for a second and do this right?
she would be Chansey in this metaphor.
All right. I need rolls from each of you. Each of you have a D6 of inspiration that you can use.
I mean, the hair's close. It's just pink versus red, but
Inspiration, 25 again.
The professor's taking some liberties with this song.
21.
Bob muted.
10T1?
21.
Oh, what was yours?
25. I had to use my inspiration.
Okay.
I didn't use mine, so.
So, you successfully cut out the dead tissue here. It seems to go a little bit easier this time with some musical backing. You're like Doctor Strange.
That was a weird character trait they gave him that has literally never come up again. I guess they were just trying to show he has an eidetic memory. He remembers
He
song
remembers
names.
exactly
I
the
think that
year when it came out.
Well,
To be
I think
fair,
there's
he also
other
hasn't done
examples
surgery
of
since
that memory
part, so.
I know,
sprinkled,
but
but not like specifically. Yeah. Anyway,
It was
a
just a
very-
weird
we can
character
bitch about that after.
It's
Yeah.
a very strange thing, though.
It is strange.
Shut
So,
Shut up, Alex.
last but not least, it's sealing the wound. How would you like to seal the wound?
4th level cure wounds.
Alright, go for it.
Okay, so I need your sleight of hand.
11.
11, higher or lower?
I wish I could just give him my.
Hold on, I'm gonna roll a D2. Higher.
It's a 7.
God damn.
Fuck! What the
Four.
fuck? How do we always get this right in Dom's campaign, but in this one
Go
we
ahead and
can't
roll
do
how
it?
much healing that is as they roll athletics checks. Go ahead and roll your athletics checks.
5, 6, 9.
What are you... Fucking 23.
Okay, and
Fight me!
17. What are you guys doing?
all right,
Fight me!
22 healing.
22 healing. Okay, this
Yeah.
is going to be able to as they hold her down. While you feel like you're about to lose her, the wound closes up magically and seems to have probably stabilized. She most likely needs supervision for at least another day. But for now,
Just to be sure,
okay.
I'm gonna double down on our chances here. I'm gonna use my last 3rd level slot to cast another lesser restoration to remove any remaining poison that might be in the bloodstream. So
Okay, yeah, because your last lesser restoration has worn out on this particular thing, so you can cleanse it one more time.
yeah, so that way, if there's no remaining flesh, it shouldn't.
There was a little bit remaining, and you seem to have cleaned it out.
All right,
Because
That's
it
it,
seems
man.
to go ahead and roll an
2
Arcana
first
check.
levels.
Because you were doing a lot there.
What the fuck? It was on a 12 and then it rolled over to a 2, so that's a 3.
Okay.
Look, man, I know how to cast.
You
magic.
don't
I don't
know
anything
you
about
don't
it.
know when that stopped working on her. But it definitely gave you a window of time where the blood was free, and it was fighting off all of that magically. So, you know that using lesser restoration gives you a window. That's it. You don't know how long. All right. So she's lying on the table. Seems to be okay-ish, all things considered.
I'm just gonna collapse.
My arms are gonna be sore for this work I just got. Holy shit.
Everybody who was involved in this except for the professor, go ahead and roll me a Constitution save.
Oof.
6.
6. Exhaustion, level 1.
I got a 19.
You're good.
Hasn't got a 12. No, I gotta look at it. Oops. Yeah, 12.
1 level of exhaustion for him.
11.
1 level of exhaustion for you.
How did I...
As you just did about 4 straight hours of surgery.
Oh, I need to.
That's it?
I need to sleep.
Yeah, that's it?
Yeah, that was all it took because you have the assistance of magic. So
But was it on a grade?
you don't have to sit there and stitch everything by hand, and cuts it basically in half. It's probably an 8-hour surgery or so, maybe longer.
It's
I'll find
alright.
more snacks in the kitchen.
Go ahead and roll investigation. By this time, it's all
Okay.
out of your system.
I'm just covered in blood on the floor.
23.
23?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've gone through the worms, you've gone through the taco stuff. Okay, so at this point, you are down to, like, bags of ground tea. You could totally try to eat those if you'd like.
I'll try and eat one.
1 bag of ground, like a.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Okay,
gonna
so you
taste
start sucking
so
on
bad.
like a tea bag.
I just want to steep it in my mouth, basically.
Sure.
Ugh,
The saliva will be the liquid that...
Go ahead and roll me a d4 to see what flavor it is.
that's gonna be so herbal.
1.
Okay, so it's just normal with a little bit of honey, a little bit of chamomile. It is super intense. You are like,
The fuck is What's wrong with you?
You see him just like bitter, just all like your sinuses open up and not great.
You good?
During all of this, you are hearing.
Is it louder than it was before?
Seems to be remaining, but
Okay.
there is definitely something occurring on here. But you guys are like basically tapped out.
Professor,
What?
can you help me press
What?
digitate all this blood up?
Yeah, you guys can easily
Sure.
take care of that.
What time
Yeah,
is
just
it?
over time, kind of clear all
It's
that.
almost done.
I need to sleep.
We all need to sleep.
It's almost sun.
Well, we can. Okay, so we're not gonna sleep. That doesn't make sense.
Maybe we should get into the basement just in case.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't checked on the prisoner in a while.
Oh,
He was
fuck.
melded into stone. How long does that last?
Forever. I thought you said.
Yeah, assuming the stone wasn't destroyed during the first 10 minutes, it becomes permanent.
In fairness, I don't think we saw him do that. I think he did that
Yeah.
later.
I'm sure at some point one of you brought that up,
Okay.
and you found out that yeah, definitely melded into stone down there.
Okay.
So restrained, you don't hear any noises down there. What do you want to do?
Sleep.
Yeah, I need to go downstairs, and sleep.
Okay.
Good
So-
news is I don't.
Should we move Scarlet downstairs with us?
Probably to
Scala?
keep it.
Scala? What is it?
Scarlet, you said.
He said
Scarla.
Scarla. I mean,
thought it
she
was
is
Scarla.
gonna be Never mind. We're just gonna leave it at that.
What?
So she is
Does she
gonna be
look
Scarla now.
stable enough to be carried downstairs?
Yeah, save dropping her down the stairs, yeah.
Yeah, I'll gently carry her down.
That'd be an amazing end.
Yeah, go ahead and
no.
roll me an athletics check. Don't nat one. Did she nat one?
Well,
Okay, that's still with the bonus. That's still a 7.
okay. Successful surgery. However.
Okay, so Alenia just
God fucking damn it!
Man, you really need some sleep, huh?
Oh wait, I have disadvantage on that too.
yeah.
So, but it
did-
can't get
It was an
lower.
ability check. You're right. You did have disadvantage. So everyone's covering their face.
You know what I expected. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Higher or lower?
What?
Are you
It
asking
can't
me?
be you. It's got to be one other person.
Okay, I haven't done one yet.
There's only
So-
like a 3% chance statistically that you should fuck this up.
I don't know how it works. I've never done it before. Even
Higher,
if I'm
higher or
campaign,
lower?
I've never done
So
it.
Say
so
higher.
Just
higher
say
or lower? If
above
I
10 or
rolled
below
lower
10.
than 10.
Oh, okay.
10 or lower, right? That's lower.
Yeah.
If I,
Got it.
11 to 20 is higher, and if you pick the right one, then you get to do a thing.
Okay.
Dom does it differently because I don't think there should be a 50% chance that we critically fail
Right.
when you're level.
I've just never
9.
done it before because I don't use attack rolls, so it's higher.
I rolled a 1.
Fuck.
You don't notice.
Oh, one? Jesus.
Oh!
She falls down. 1
Fuck.
step, 2 step, 3 step, 4 step, 5 step, 6 step, 7 steps.
Does Pimp see this by chance?
Ah, he's asleep.
The surgery went awful. I'm sorry.
Okay, so
That's okay. I have
The
Ray's
wound-
dead.
The wounds
I
were
have Ray's
healed, but
dead.
somehow her head caved in randomly. Very odd.
So we don't want to go over 25 here. 5, 10, 15,
Well, the way you're counting, it's not looking very good.
22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28.
Fuck!
So
Ah! I still have
you
2
drop
slots.
her ass down
Ah!
the stairs as a rumble hits the house. You have a round to figure out how to fix this.
2 cure wounds. Or no, I can only cast one. Cure wounds and a healing word.
Oh god, I have
Can I do
healing
something as
spells
well?
too, but
And you see the body of this person very clearly start to have to roll death saves.
Cure wounds and a healing word. So these are my last 2 spell slots.
I have more.
7, 8, 9, 11, 17 hit points.
Okay. Not quite.
I have a regular healing potion.
I
I'll
can.
do a 6th level cure wounds.
Woof! Woo! Woof!
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that.
I did all the other
yeah.
things. Fuck you!
8, 15, 23, 28, 33.
33 plus 17 is 50.
Yes.
That's exactly what you need. And hit points to stabilizer.
I have never used every single spell slot before. I just want you guys to know. So
Let's
like,
look at it.
Well, you haven't rested in like 3 sessions, so it'll happen.
I've used every spell slot, every point of lay on hands, every point of my healing hands, like racial thing. Like,
You're basically just a really strong lady right now.
yep, everything, and I can't even do that because I have disadvantage on everything. Ah!
Did I see her drop her?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
There was a rumble.
I'm just gonna stare at her. Just
Why are you smiling?
dropped her down the fucking stairs. What?
Kasdan goes.
I just want to point out I was the high person here.
Kasdan walks over and he's going to stealth.
Aston?
What's his stealth modifier? Like 15? It's high.
Fuck is it? 10.
10?
Yep.
He rolled a 22 for stealth. Pimpsh is going to roll a perception. He doesn't see. This never happened. As Pimpsh is sort of woken up by the thumping.
Kasdan?
What's wrong?
Everything's fine. You should get downstairs though.
He gets up.
Watch the stairs, they're a bitch.
Kasdan,
I look at Kasdan when I say that.
please restrain me before we have to bandage another person.
I'm not strong enough.
I think it would take like 3 of us.
So, Pimpsh walks downstairs with everybody else, Seiko, Ziwi, and you're all taking a long rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Pimpsh,
If I don't, what would that?
you'd be a level of exhaustion,
I would. Okay.
which you can totally do, and you also wouldn't get the benefits of a long rest.
Yeah, I don't really need those. But
Sure.
Well, exhaustion is not good to have.
I know.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Okay, so anything you need to do for housekeeping as far as spells. So this is 8 hours, 4 hours for Egnir.
Get all that.
And you didn't have to call the Hartnell.
That's good.
Disadvantage. Do we not have one of those markers with the eraser on the end of it?
At some point during this like 8-hour
one
period, I know he only,
Oh,
you
let me
said
see it.
Egnir only sleeps like 4 hours or meditates.
Yeah,
right?
it's a
Wipes that shit
meditation.
off much
Okay.
easier.
At some point, I want to ask him to show me how to activate and deactivate the rune on this place in case of emergency, because the only other person that knows is Kasdan, as far as I know.
Okay.
So just in case.
Would you like to tell the professor how to do that?
Sure.
Rolled for it.
Very bold of him to after I was high out of my mind.
Uh,
I rolled a 2 on a wisdom check, so this is probably ill-advised.
solid. Shit. I thought I had. Oh, there he is. Alright. So that's good. Yeah, roll me an intelligence check as he explains it to you, and he doesn't have to roll anything.
24.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
So yeah, you know how to turn that rune on and off. 24.
Yeah.
If you have, do you have a spellbook supplies?
Yes.
You can learn that.
learn how to make a rune like that? What does it do effectively?
It basically gives people disadvantage on investigation checks.
Okay, yeah. What level?
And it ignores passive perception, so someone would have to actively perceive it.
Okay. How many levels of spell supply stored in there?
Third level.
Third. Okay.
Oof. Turn on the heater. We have like 2 more hours and I'm freezing.
Didn't die. Everybody get some heat now.
What's that called? Just like glyph of
Perception,
You get wrapped
like
enough
a
to eat.
glyph of lesser perception filter or something like
Okay.
that. However you remember it, it's fine.
And
It's basically a magical version and a much less effective version than you have in the Hartnell.
Okay.
And it also works as an arcane lock of.
Okay.
What's arcane lock spell level? Third level? Second? Yeah, so this is a third level arcane lock as well.
You have detect poison and disease, right?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, it's second.
Okay. Wait, why the fuck do I have speak with animals? Oh wait, do I just have that
You
all
can
the
add
time?
custom spells with this app now. Very cool.
That
Oh,
is
mine's
cool.
been letting me.
Oh.
iPhone Master Race.
How
So-
long take to cast it? Just an action.
It's an action.
Ensnaring Shark and Speak with Animals already prepared for me.
And it works with your spell your save.
How long does it last?
An hour.
Hour.
Or no, I'm sorry, indefinite until.
Okay.
It's like arcane lock is indefinite, right?
Until there's like a
Until
knock.
it's dispelled or knocked, or yeah. But
Yeah, until dispelled.
yeah, so it's until dispelled. And it's a toggle on and off if it's actually put in place like that. Like you can take an hour to make the rune permanent or semi-permanent. Of course, they could dispel it or whatever, but or you can just cast it like a touch spell. It is an action. But then it wouldn't have the toggle on and off. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So we
Alright, is there anything else anyone wants to do during this long rest?
hold on, I'm prepping spells.
Yep, you're good.
Before I do my meditation, I want to cast Detect Poison and Disease again, and see if I can find 3 spiders in the safe house.
3 spiders.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. What's the range on that? 30 feet?
30 feet, yeah.
There's some outside.
No, I'm going to stay in the safe house.
Is there what would you say is a practical limit of the size of the thing I could put this rune on, and it would just
A door or something,
Okay.
yeah. It basically would, you don't really know the limits of it necessarily, but it's protecting this house.
Okay.
So, like, I would say a structure of the size of a normal house. Like, just to kind of, like,
Yeah.
you can kind of eyeball it. Like, you can't do it on a castle, but
Yeah.
you can do it on, like, a wing of a castle.
Okay.
Yeah, they got rid of my musics.
Wow.
Pretty sad here. Pretty sad. What's this one?
I'm about ready to get pissed.
They don't have the really good one.
Don't argue in chat.
Alright, anything else?
Nope, I got it. Everything's ready.
Okay. At night here, as you all sleep, Velios, you keep being reawakened just for moments, or maybe you're dreaming it. Those low rumbles, deep low rumbles. Near morning, well, late morning, but morning, as it's probably 11 a.m. by the time this long rest finishes. The necklace you got from the house that's around your neck right now begins to tug at your neck ever so gently.
Okay. Does it kind of feel like it's tugging me in a direction? Like it's
just tugging you.
Like there's no specific way it's tugging me?
Not just laying down on your back and feeling it.
So if I like get up and start walking, it still is just kind of doing that?
Yeah, it just feels like there's a weight to it that is intermittent.
If I open it, nothing changes.
Okay, so you open it?
Yeah.
When you open it, the interior of the lock is glowing like a soft black hue, almost like a shadow that casts like a really dim light and like just a few inches around. You have become attuned to this item as a free slot. It allows you to get a broad sense of her well-being and direction no matter the distance, and you are able to interpret the glow, any glow it makes, easily.
Oh.
So this is called the Soul Bond Necklace.
Okay. Do you have an empty note card or no?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to write it down that way I can get it.
There you go.
Say Soul Bond.
Soul Bond Necklace. It doesn't cost a slot to attune to, and it can only attune to you. You get a sense.
I was gonna tap into that.
What?
The effect I just got. I'm gonna use it.
Right.
Yeah.
You get. That's the point. You get.
I assume.
You get a broad sense of her well-being and direction, no matter the distance, as long as you're on the same plane. And you are able to interpret each glow.
Okay.
Based on this glow and the way it tugs at you, black indicates fear. And she is currently in your old home.
Is everybody like awake in the same area?
The only one that seems to be awake is Agnir and Pimch.
Okay.
And Kasdan.
Okay.
They'll kind of see you shoot up and kind of pay attention. You also get this. This is a map of the Wiseau estate.
Holy shit.
This is the main...
Rich boy.
This is the main estate grounds. This does not include the gardens. It doesn't include the exterior areas where, like, Valkyrio lived. It doesn't include the grounds in themselves, which is a very large open area of grasses.
How long has it been since everybody went to sleep? Is it a full, like...
Oh, yeah, you're full rested, yeah. So
Yeah, I'm gonna go wake everyone up.
Okay. You wake everybody up. It doesn't take that long to do. You do still have a kobold. At this point, you also have Seiko, who, if you would like to outfit with different equipment, he seems able. He just he hasn't been restored as far as his wings yet. Ziwi seems to be up to shape.
I thought that only took an hour, Randall.
Did you do it?
Yeah.
I thought you didn't do it.
No, we did it before we left.
Did you do
We
it
did it before we left.
Yeah.
Oh, then his wings have grown back and are functional now. I thought you were waiting on it for some reason. Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, you wake up in the morning and you can see Seiko spreading the wings, and they look newer.
How's it feel?
You're asking him?
Yeah.
Kind of turns towards you after. Like, I need some weapons.
That's what I like to hear. I don't have anything.
So he is available to fight if you'd like, at full strength since you guys took a long rest. Ziwi is available to fight. Pimch is available to fight with 1 level of exhaustion.
Are those rumblings still happening?
Oh yeah.
Is there any way I can try and decipher a direction, maybe?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a survival check.
That's only a 15.
15? You don't know, but as you hold the locket, go and roll a perception check without your eyes.
25.
When those rumbles happen, the glow intensifies
Alright.
for a moment.
Does it only glow when I open it?
There's a very soft,
Okay.
faint glow that you can tell when you hold it,
Mhm.
like through the cracks around the seam there. But it's like if you held that up in the basement, which has no
Yeah.
lights, it would look like you kind of like when something's really dark, you kind of have to like not focus on it to see it a little bit outside your main focus. You know what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
It's kind of like that, where you could see it a little bit, but focusing on it is almost worse than just like letting it sit off center just a smidge.
So I assume we're all in the same area now.
All of you
Yeah,
are
like
in
in
the
the-
basement right now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so when I woke up with this necklace, I was attuned to it, and I can sense where she's at and if she's okay. And, yeah, we need to get going real quick.
Where is she?
In my house.
She's okay.
Who is she?
The princess, in a sense. Or queen, future queen, hopefully?
You haven't really talked about this with anybody.
Yeah, no one really knows this, but, yeah.
They don't even know her name, that's why I've been saying her.
Yeah.
You talked about her one time before.
Yeah, she was supposed to be the queen when I took over.
That was actually arranged?
No. She's not noble, so
Oh yeah, I remember you saying she...
yeah, it wasn't allowed. But my dad knew. And
In fact, he's the one that gave that necklace.
to her.
You're pretty sure that that's yours. And there's another one on her. And they're linked. It was a wedding gift.
so does that mean when it attuned to me that she would have a sense that I have
That's
it?
the idea.
Okay.
What's her name?
Armadale.
Okay. And she's an owl? A snow owl? Or...
Yeah. Just not noble.
Okay, well,
But she's in the house.
we know kind of who to look for.
Oh, yeah. But,
The problem is-
she's very scared.
This is your mate?
Yes.
Go ahead and roll nature check, Professor.
Hmm, 12.
12, okay. And Egnir, you're proficient, right?
In nature?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can roll too. Wait, you're proficient in nature now.
I am.
Go ahead.
That's a 10.
16.
16! You know that Eric Cochran's mate for life.
I think we talked about this before.
Yeah, but you haven't brought it up in a while.
Yeah.
And I don't know if anyone else knows. Eric Cochran's mate for life. And once that is established, it's instinctual to love each other. It goes down to even a more baser level than just being fond of one another. So it's like really intense, and you can
It's
tell
like literal love at first sight.
it's yeah, and its intensity is not able to be changed by the logical processes of someone's brain. So you constantly see Avelios like ready to fucking burst and run out the door.
Yeah. Alright, well, we have to figure out a way in
Good
without
thing I know the city.
running into the dragons.
Yeah. Would I know
Or
of
patrols.
any, like, back alleys or, like, underground stuff? No?
No. You didn't really sneak out of the house ever.
Too good of a kid.
The only time you do know around town, like how you got to her house and stuff, you know that kind of stuff. But you don't think there's any like underground passageways.
We're just gonna have to do it up. It's not gonna be easy.
Everyone is willing to help.
What is our goal when we get there? Just get her and leave? We can't take on the dragons unless you think you can rally them, the Eric Hogrins, but
No, that's not gonna happen. I think at least secure her and then we just go from there.
Okay.
Because I think that's the important part. Because if I can get out and she can get out, depending on what happens, maybe we can always come back and try and rebuild. But at this point, I feel like we can't stop the dragons. I mean, there's probably not enough people here.
I mean,
But then again, Valkyrio's here too, and he's ridiculous. He's the reason why I'm even close to what I am.
if you think we can trust him and we see him on the way out, it might.
But
Maybe. Would he be the type to have allegiance to your brother over no matter what, or?
No. I don't think so. Would I know that?
What?
If he was fond of my brother at all? Valkyrio?
Go and roll a history check.
That's okay. 18?
Okay. So Caius was never supposed to be in charge, right?
Yeah.
It was always gonna come to you. Even though he's older, that's not really how it works. It's determined by temperament, and you were set there, and Caius was supposed to be basically like a high-end delegate. But while at the same time you didn't want necessarily to just sit around and govern people, you also kind of took to it, which is why you're good at history and stuff like that. But you also had like this yearning for adventure. At a certain point, it seems, and you've kind of gleaned this over time, and you had specific information on this later. Your brother wanted power, and he got it, and he sent people after you to kill you, thinking that Gygax and the explosion has taken care of you. You've managed to lay low enough to where you haven't had a bunch of people, but after your interaction with Alaric, you assume that he knows you're alive. As far as Valkyrio, he was often dismissive of your concerns about Caius. Because he didn't live in the house, and he knew Caius enough, but he wanted to make sure that you were trained properly. It would often change the subject back to the lesson at hand rather than talk about the politics of the nest. But your father sent you away, and didn't send Valkyria with you, so it's kind of, you think, you know Val was bound to the throne as far as like the oath, But on a personal level, obviously, he favored you.
Right.
So, you don't know.
That's a hard call. But we might have some chance. Regardless. I don't think he would even hurt me.
Just depends on how strong his oath to the throne is.
Yeah. But if it's strong enough, then he would want the rightful heir, not the one.
Not necessarily.
I'm saying, like, do
Not
we
if
have
you're
options?
supposed to be dead or wanted. But
Do we have options? I mean, you saw him carrying the dragon's head. Like,
Was killing a dragon.
maybe.
Well, the city's under attack. That has no bearing on his loyalty to your brother, necessarily.
no, but strength-wise.
No,
Like,
yeah.
he's not...
So, Kasdan pipes up. So he's a threat, or
Toss
he's
up.
a possible ally, a strong one.
Yeah.
And if we want to actually take the nest back, we need stronger allies.
Especially people who are insiders. No offense, to the oath, but we gotta get some people inside.
Or a Cochrane Society. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pimp pipes up. I was here to make a fortune. Steal some arcane crystals. Get in and out. Possibly destabilize one of these guys. Preferably the elves. No offense. He looks over. Don't care.
Well, this all could still happen, but...
Fuck those dragon bastards. So he's willing to help. Everyone's willing to help, but someone should stay behind. He's the only one with any levels of exhaustion at this point.
I think Pimp should stay behind with.
Sure.
weapons.
If you can, so Pimch has all his weapons and armor. Seiko is willing to help. Ziwi has enough to work with.
I mean, in
What if
fairness,
we-
there is a battlefield outside. We might be able to come across a bow and some arrows somewhere
That's
as
fair.
we move towards
Yeah.
our location. I mean, armor's a completely different story. I don't know how easy it would be to find, like, a proper fit for him, but...
Pimch is a very capable fighter as well. So, it's up to you how you guys want to do this. You don't know necessarily their capabilities until you get into a fight.
Yeah.
But,
I think Pimp should stay behind, and we should scavenge for equipment for Seiko.
I agree.
Pimch can stay behind, and Scala isn't using any of her equipment.
What does she use?
She uses a bow.
Well, let's take Scala's equipment.
Yeah.
She is an archer.
Perfect.
So her armor is fucked, but
There's no way I could kind
There-
of use mending to like patch enough together for him to, like some.
she is around the same size as him. It wouldn't fit quite snug, but you can go ahead and roll me an Arcana check when you do that. Because her armor isn't on, it's off because of her wounds and everything. You had to
Oh
clean
fuck!
My
Yeah.
bow
Flew out
doesn't
of
use
my hand.
arrows, right? Like physical arrows that I pull out of a quiver.
it. Correct.
Okay.
9.
Because I still have a bunch of arrows in that quiver that I don't use.
Yeah, you're not able to take care of the. His unarmored AC is 15.
Not too bad, but
Do you guys have anything on you?
I still have those grounding boots.
They broke when you.
Oh, they broke? Okay.
Yeah, when you mutated a little
Yeah,
bit.
I didn't know if they broke or they just didn't fit
Yeah,
anymore.
they're just broken.
I've got nothing. I could maybe keep a shield of faith on him
They
during
certainly
combat,
don't fit
but
you anymore.
Yeah, I was gonna give them to him if they weren't
Yeah.
broken. We could try and
he is
scavenge.
proficient in shields, but
There's probably
he
a
can't use
lot
them
of
both at
dead
the same time.
Aarakocrans around, so...
Yeah, you've worked with Seiko enough to know what he's got going on. It's just his AC will change if he doesn't have any armor. Her bow was +1. That's all he had. She also had a +1 short sword, and he also had that the first time through. So he's not like a super. I think he's like level 10 or something. But
So I have arrows I can give him, so we're good there too.
mm-hmm.
We could also try and maybe have him scavenge armor off that Aarakocra if it comes to it. Like, we don't have any.
There's probably plenty out there.
Ziwi is coming now. He is not the hardiest, but he is. Very. Well, let's see. Clearly very limber. Anything else you're thinking of?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just write down these bonuses for Seiko, because one of you is going to get in. 7. Okay. So, Ziwi, Seiko are going. Pim's just staying behind. Are you leaving the kobold there as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. And you guys don't have anything in your inventories that anyone can use?
Well, maybe.
I
did
lost
we give
pretty much
potions?
everything. I have 2 potions.
I have 2 regular potions.
I have
and
2
that's it.
regular
Yeah.
healing.
Me too. Shit. Okay.
I have a Keatom's ointment.
You do?
Well, the equivalent of one from
Oh, that's right.
like the salves and the paste and everything.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to give that to him or no? It's totally up to you.
Sure. I'll give it to Alenia.
Okay, so Elena, you have, well, you can tell her.
Ointment?
It's functionally a Keatom's ointment, but it's like a little satchel full of a pre-made salve of crushed up fungus and lichen.
Okay. How much does that do?
2d8 plus 2.
Alright.
Okay.
God, I'm nervous.
Who wants Seiko's sheet? He is an arcane archer.
If I take it, I'll have 3 sheets.
Right.
Do you want me to run Kaz
Yep.
then?
That makes more sense.
I've played a rogue, so.
I'll play the rest. That makes sense.
Alright.
I've played Secret before anyway.
I'm going to keep Ziwi over here. As he's printed on a sheet with other stat blocks. Okay. Anything else you want to do? So right now his AC is 15, not 18.
Okay. He's got more health than Kingston.
Okay, what do you guys want to do?
88.
He's got 92.
Do you have another clear sheet over there that I could get from you?
Hey. Do I have extras?
Do you have another one?
No, I don't have extras. I do have an extra one.
Oh.
Okay.
That way I could write on Kazvin's thing.
Are you preparing spells or something? What's going to...
No, she can write on the.
Right, I know, but I'm not getting an answer to what you want to do.
We should probably try to make our way to the. What do you call? Is it like a palace? Whatever.
My home?
Your
It's the
home.
Lasso estate.
We
My
should.
estate.
We should try to get there as quietly and sneakily as possible.
Well, we have passed out the trace, but I don't. It does not cover this many people.
I thought it covered like 9 people.
How many people? I don't remember.
Um,
Am I crazy?
You went up to.
I thought it was
8
a lot.
where's alliteration? There's no limit. It just says creatures within 30
Oh.
feet of you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that'll last for an hour too.
pass without trace us, and then we sneak our way. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute, what?
Kasdan's alignment.
What is it?
Lawful evil?
Yeah, I saw that too. And I was
What?
like- I also saw evil and I was like, wait a minute.
It's lawful, though.
Lawful
Shouldn't
evil.
it be
Okay.
evil?
Set of laws.
Lawful good and lawful evil in
I
the
mean,
party.
he's a fucking assassin.
Who's also-
Doesn't always have to be evil. You can be neutral and be an assassin.
Well, he isn't.
He is not that.
Correct. What'd you like to do?
Head out. We should peek out and see if anything's out there before we just walk out the door.
Alright, who's peeking?
So,
Hi.
Alright. Go for it.
am I calling the shots here?
19.
19?
Yes.
Okay. So
you map
you're looking
that?
at the front door?
Yeah.
Or are you going to walk around the house to look towards your...
Well, we haven't rolled stealth or passed all that trace, so I
Right,
assume
that's
we
what
got
I'm
the front door.
Okay, just the front door?
Yeah.
You look out and you don't see anybody because you're using sight.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see anybody that would see you if you just stood outside the door.
Okay. So the thing is, it's like a cliff.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to literally go this way and then that way.
Like
we don't have a choice but to go through the middle.
Because we have to go up. Well, we could always skirt the bottom of the cliff. We could run around and then skirt around the bottom here.
Because we're here. So if we... How tall was that cliff?
Which one?
The one that was over by her house?
Oh, about 25 feet.
25 feet, yeah. See.
Yeah, you'd have to go to the... If you want to walk up, you'd have to go to the...
Yeah.
Through the
Could
middle.
also
There's
fly.
two ways. There's two ways up.
Yeah,
You could
but
also
you
try
have
to fly.
move 8 people. That would take so long to move 8 people.
3 of
25
us
feet.
can fly.
Siko
Yeah.
can fly, Ziwi cannot.
Yeah, that would take a
And then
bit.
there's 4 people that... How many do we have? 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah.
I can cast fly on myself, but it only lasts 10 minutes. If we're
Yes.
trying to
Yeah, I mean, that's
So,
7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Okay.
6, 7.
fuck. Okay, let's just try to get up to that.
What's Kasdan's AC?
Actually,
18.
why don't we come out the back here? So we come around this way and then kind of cut through.
Well, I mean, if we just went the same route we took, we could just go... Whoop, and not even come close to this main road at all.
He's
until we
rolling
get to-
shit and it's making me nervous.
I'm just prepping in case you guys get into a fight. I'm already rolling initiative stuff.
Yeah, I think if we just go up the street and then straight.
Why don't we just come back, cut...
Or we can
back,
do that.
And then we just cut there. And
I'll let you take the lead. You're the one who's got to guide us through the city anyway, so.
Well, I just feel like we're going through less of a main road if we go that way.
Okay.
We're just kind of taking the back.
And we just have to come up around the bottom of the cliff.
How long did it take us to get to her house the last time? It was like 10 minutes? It wasn't that quick.
Going slow, about
Yeah,
15.
About 15 minutes. So it'd take us 15 to get here.
We just gotta. We'll like just barely make it, so.
I have a route planned out in my head already. I just don't know how safe it's going to be.
Well, let's just go for it.
Okay, let's do it.
Pass without trace, let's go.
It's
Yep.
real risky, but we don't have a choice.
I'm about to give
Alright,
Kaz
I'm
the
going to show you what we're doing. That way you have
cover.
an idea. So we're going to start, come here, cut here, and then we're going to we're going to probably cut to those houses to try and like wait a second and like catch breath, and then we're going to cut this way and come to here and cut behind it,
Okay.
Okay.
and then right up. And then we just go pop right up, past bells, cut, and then
Okay.
right up.
We might have to shift depending on what the fuck
Yeah.
is trying to break
But
into
like I already
there,
have alternate routes already.
but It
so-
sounds like something's trying to break into the
house. Yeah.
house, so.
Well, I have alternate routes if we need it, so. Like, instead if we have to, we can go behind the library and then cut, no, we can't.
Yes, you're not at
Hello.
temple. It's to the left of the temple.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep, I got it.
Okay.
We're good. All right. We're gonna do the same route we took the first time
Okay.
to get to her house.
All right. So everyone's filing out.
Yeah.
When I leave the safe house, is there like a tree or anything nearby?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to walk over and quickly place a hand on it to kind of like mark it for transport via plants in case we have to.
Oh,
Right in
nice.
front of the.
That's cool.
Yeah. There's
Do it.
There's how is there a size limit to the tree?
It has to be large or larger.
Basically enough for you to fit through it if you were to walk through
Like
it.
an oak. Yeah. There's one.
And it can really be any type of plant matter as long as it's large or larger.
Yeah. If you want to mark to the west of that.
Is that a racer boy?
You know that thicker house that goes like this? That's south of that?
South of our safe house?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a big one that kind of
Yeah.
looks like a Tetris piece. To the west of that, just like due south and just west. Due south of the safe house, just west of that, there is a, it'd probably be about in game, probably 60 feet.
The house, are we going past this house or no?
It's so south of the safe house.
Yep.
West of that, where those two lines would intersect. There's a large enough oak tree
Okay.
right there. And yeah, you could use. So it's about 60 feet away from the front door of the safe house. Does that make sense?
Sure, because if I go 60 feet south and if I go west at all, it's just cliff.
West of the other house, where there's a
Yeah.
straight line from the house
Yep.
moving towards the left.
Okay.
A straight line moving south from the safe house, where those two would intersect.
Okay.
It's an
Yeah,
X
I
and a
got
Y
it.
axis.
Yeah.
Let me keep taking notes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just a rough approximation. It's 60 feet from the house.
How do you spell your lady's name?
A-R.
Oh, A-R.
ARMADYL.
A-R-M-A-D-Y-L.
So it's like armadillo without the O at the end.
There's no Y in armadillo.
No, the way you pronounce
It
it.
will be when white people start using it as a name.
Oh, no.
You right.
It's the new Braden.
Yes, armadillo. Okay.
Ready?
You guys ready?
All right.
Yep.
You casting Pass Without a Trace?
Yep.
All right. So everyone has plus 10 to their stealth. I have Ziwi right here. Natural 20. Good job, Ziwi. So 37 for Ziwi.
He's just the cutest boy.
40.
27 for me.
He just has on some simple leathers, and he has some daggers and well, you don't know yet. Actually, he doesn't have daggers.
So Elenia got a natural 20, so that's a 30.
Hey.
So I got a 40. And Seiko got a 27.
Where's
Okay.
his fucking
25.
stealth?
Nat 20 plus 20.
Holy shit, that's a 35
Yeah.
for Kasdan.
Okay, so you guys are pretty confident that you are going around unseen here. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Again, all my favorites are. Is this it? All right. So as you continue to move through, you're gonna go the way you came. We'll just use that roll to get all the way across. Nat 20 perception check still doesn't see you. So anything that was looking around, and you do see the occasional movement off to the side or something, but you don't see much. The military center does not seem to be experiencing much bombardment at this point. but you do see. Go ahead and roll me a perception check. Since you're kind of at the head of this.
19.
19. You can see that there's other islands from the nest, specifically the island to the south and to the west, where the elves were stationed. You see.
Just so I'm not getting this confused, your left, or my left? Because you said to the left.
Islands.
Yeah. Oh,
Not
the
that.
big islands. Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
So you see a lot of destruction to the southern island,
Okay.
and to the west where you guys came from. Yes, on that map. Where the elves, like roughly in the location where the elves were. Strange. How does that do that? Should blend into itself. So, that would be the buzzards?
The Arascali?
No, Narikid.
Okay.
Arascali is the bald eagles. So to the south, and then to the west, where the elves were and stuff. Anyway, as for here, you can see there's less. There seems to be a smaller presence, but as you move west on here towards the estate, that rumble starts to get louder and shakes more. So there's clearly something going on outside the estate.
Does this, like, the glow get brighter or darker depending on the amount of fear, or just I know?
You just know.
Okay.
You have to look at it to know, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you pop it open, and for a while it turns off. But you don't think any well-being, maybe a nap or something, maybe finally unconscious for a little bit. It doesn't seem like there was a full rest. And then fear again.
Okay.
And it sort of moves in and out.
Well, while we're running, I'm gonna just mute myself.
Okay, so go ahead and do that. At this point, you also notice the arcane glass over top is kind of barely there. So, you don't think there's going to be any Aarakocran military presence based on magic, but... Okay.
Alright, where are we at now?
So you have run across the street where you had gone the first time, and to the south is where you first saw Valkyria.
Okay.
So you are looking in the middle of the day now, because it's about noon. You are seeing a very clear set of streets. There's debris around. There's the smell of fire is in the air. And this place has been pretty much wiped clean. It seems that anyone who was here last night in their homes evacuated. Like, think World War II. Like, you can see the second story of buildings that have crumbled forward, and there's nobody, like, hiding within the rubble. They probably flew off island at this point and went to another part of the nest, or just evacuated altogether. There's definitely some fighting in areas across the other side. And you can see that there is a thin shimmer of arcane glass still functional around, like, you can just see barely the top of it around the estate and around the top of that temple.
Okay.
Seems those are the two most vital places that have been protected.
I guess we'll advance to the house. Her house?
Towards her house?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me stealth checks. We move on to the next leg.
24.
Ooh.
37 for me.
32 for Ziwi.
And then
31.
Cinco got a 29.
15 for Alenia. And where the fuck is his stealth again?
Plus 15. Plus 25.
No, it's plus 20, right? Because, yeah, so 33 for Kasdan.
Okay.
His perception is plus 15. That's my bad.
There's a little bit of a plodding noise coming from Malenia, but the rest of you seem to be sure-footed and helped out magically by this small cloud of spores softening the noise. So
I'm going to inspire Alenia just in case she needs it for one of these stealth rolls.
okay, how are you doing it?
Yep, there it is. Dun, 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 dun. It's so bad, it's so good.
End me.
I actually hate it.
Okay.
You should turn yourself invisible.
Maybe.
Anyway,
That's a spell slot.
so you continue
I'd
on.
say it was 4 fights though.
You are inspired, so you have a d6 to use whenever you'd like.
10 minutes, so let me know if it's about to run out, right?
Okay. And you make it to. Did you want to be on the side of her house, or
So basically,
go in and like
the
pop out the
route
back door?
Yeah, I guess we could do that.
Okay, you can go inside.
We'll pop out that back door and then go right across the street.
All right. So you go back into the familiar area inside of Armadale's house. Did you guys end up taking that mirror?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in the bag.
Okay. And you're still getting the familiar tug. And across from you, you'd have to go in between the cliff and those houses and then take a hard left, and you'd be wide open for quite some time. So your stealth rolls are not going to really help in the middle of that.
Well, so my thinking
Okay?
is we're gonna cut up, we're gonna come across like the cliff, that entrance up, and then that group of housings, we're gonna run to that.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
Yeah.
Like in between the houses and stuff.
Correct. I just
Your
wanna make
girl
sure
might
that's
have
spot.
something clutch for this.
Yeah, girl.
Dimension door?
That's
No.
only 2
I
people.
know, but we could get her.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like you can roll a 50 stealth, but if
Yeah.
you're standing in the middle of nowhere,
Oh yeah.
it doesn't really matter, especially in the middle of the day. It's like literally noon. So.
Man, where's Molus with this fog?
1, 2,
Yeah, no shit.
3, 4, 5.
Just
How many people do we have?
7.
7. 1, 2,
She
3.
can do big things.
Ziwi.
Okay. I'm going to spend 4 sorcery points to twin spell a 4th level invisibility, and I can make every single one of us invisible.
All right, go for it.
So I'll spin
Expend-
that.
Big things.
Big things. Is this greater?
It's regular, so don't
Lasts for
fucking
an
cast
hour,
any
right?
spells, you shit. Yep.
What about past the trace?
What about it?
If we have to
An hour?
So now-
it,
Why would you have to recast it?
just in case, because it already took us 15 of our hour.
That's fine. We'll be invisible for
Oh yeah,
a little bit
you
longer.
Use 15 minutes.
Okay.
So
It's also advantage on our stealth checks
That's
now, so
advantage on your stealth check
And plus 10.
plus 10.
yeah.
Okay.
So wait, that's 10. So I have 6 sorcery points left for the day.
All right. That's some big things right there. All right, so Elenia, all of you immediately vanish. You can't see each other either.
Hold hands.
If you'd like to hold hands, I guess that's
Don't touch me.
totally up to you guys. So you can communicate what you wanted to do before this. So you basically have to run across an open road. You have to run across an open space, then go in between. On your left side will be like a 25-foot sheer cliff. To your right side will be many houses. You will take a left following the cliffside around, and as you come around to the left, it's going to turn into a situation where there's a ramp up. As you curl around, you'll ramp up, and there'll be a wide open space, and you'll have to sprint across the other houses to get in between them, but you will be invisible, so not terrible.
Don't fuck up your stealth roll.
Alright, so let me get some stealth rolls from you guys, all with advantage. So Ziwi's gonna Ziwi rolled 2 2s.
23.
Oh, thank God.
19.
37.
Oh my God, Kazdan.
Yeah, I got a 38, and Seiko got a 31.
Okay. Kazdan got a 26, and I got a 21.
Okay, Ziwi got a 19, so... Alright. Okay, so you guys stand next to this blown out back of Armadale's house, and you take turns running across. You press yourself up against the cliffside. It's had many, many years, so it's not super rough, and seems pretty hewn at this point. So you can follow that around. There are buildings to your right. You turn around the corner, and you see a large red dragon. Not the black one from last night that you saw. Swoop across, and it seems to be scanning for things. I'm just going to roll a perception check.
Oh, fuck.
What's that?
Nothing. I'm just talking to myself.
Oh, please, no. I think it's an introvert.
And as you run across, it doesn't seem to see or smell any of you. And it flies it starts going west, then southwest, then south, and flies off past back towards the fields where you came from. It looks like it's scanning for survivors. This is cleanup crew time.
Oh, that's bad news.
Yeah.
There doesn't seem to be a lot of fighting in the streets. There's 2 places where there seems, on top of the temple, you see it's starting to crack on the because it's on this long, pretty much a spire that's built out of earth that looks like it was punched through the center of this mass here, and on top is a temple. You know that on top of that temple, there's it goes down. You don't know how far. You've never really been inside. You just know that there's stuff built into that spire that goes all the way down. That seems to be protected right now. There doesn't seem to be siege activities going on with it. But as you guys have kind of raised up another 25 feet, even though you're there, you can see a little bit more of the top of the estate is still holding together. And you can see that there are indeed soldiers inside the estate area, several of which seem to be mages actively holding the arcane glass up. You can only see like 3 or 4 of you specifically on top trying to hold that up. But you do know that those blue arcane crystals are probably also being used. That's what they use to power most things around here. And you do hear at a quickening pace. So whatever's happening up on this main area is ramping up as the day gets older. So this takes another 5-ish minutes. So you've been doing this for 20 minutes. That's your pass without a trace.
You have 5 minutes left on your
15.
inspiration.
You manage to avoid
Yeah.
the dragon, and you duck into some alleys behind some. These are starting to become nicer homes. You're starting to see more 2- and 3-story, kind of thin. Think almost like Harry Potter, where they start to extend out near the top. Although that's an actual building technique in real life too. But get more floor space. But it is more floor space up top, but more walk space in between.
There's actually part of the reason too is because when that became a prolific architecture style, houses were taxed based on the bottom floor space.
Yep.
So they
nice
extended upward.
Yeah, you see that in Europe a lot. So There is some damage here. Specifically, the next cliff in front of you, you can see that there's the Library of Records is up there. That is crumbled on one side. That contains the history of your entire people. So that's an important cultural relic, of course, but not necessarily a tactical one, so it doesn't seem like it's being bombarded.
Yeah.
You don't know what the dragons will do if they have unlimited time with this, but for right now that doesn't seem to be a focus. And so yeah, you are there. There's a cliff to your west about 200 feet.
To where Clackus is.
Yeah, so you wanna run there. So how long does the invisibility work?
An hour.
An hour? Okay, so you've used 5 minutes of that.
Yeah, 40
so
minutes
it'll
left
take
of
you
class.
to go slow and stealthily. It'll take you another 10 minutes to get to the Papina Aire, which is
that's-
one of your favorite restaurants growing up.
That's super worth it.
Okay.
You just gotta use your inspiration. Don't
Yeah, I'm gonna use it this time. I'm gonna roll.
Okay, so everyone give me stealth checks with advantage. Natural 20 from Ziwi.
Natural 20 for me, so 40 again.
Ooh, good thing I had that.
37.
30 for me.
25.
25 for me.
33 from Zico.
Okay.
And I got a 40.
Alright.
Kazdan has a 36.
Okay. It's a little bit. Alright, so you take turns. You spend as much time as you can in between, jutting in between these buildings. Velius basically says go west until you hit the wall. Take the wall to the left until the ramp goes up. And then get to you'll be able to see the restaurant from there.
the
It's a
first building
large,
you
it's a
see.
large blue building with white windowsills and stuff.
No, I have a question before we get there.
Yes.
On my map, it's circled, so it's kind of hard. Is there space behind it? You see what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
there's a little bit of space.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
can walk around the perimeter.
Yeah,
of the
that was
building.
okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't really tell.
You can get up to the back wall there.
Yep.
And so you all do so. And it doesn't seem that any of the cleanup crew type actions are taking place right now during this next 5 minutes.
Okay, now I assume we're on the southern side of the restaurant. We're not on that western wall yet.
You are on the southern wall
Okay,
of that
I'm
restaurant.
gonna look around it
As
and
you all
look out at the temple.
All right, go ahead and roll a perception check with advantage since you're using the goggles. Okay, what are you looking for on the temple?
I just want to survey like the whole area because there's like that opening.
Okay, so there's a
just wanna
big
see
open
what's going
area
on,
where the
yeah.
temple is in the middle.
So 28.
Um,
Just want to see how safe it looks for us to.
You do see around the base of that probably 3 or 4 dozen kobolds.
Okay.
You don't see any large dragons. They're working on something. You do go and roll a history check.
19.
19. Just looking out, they seem to be doing an old siege tactic. They're going to try to bring that down at some point. Probably, you see a lot of lines being laid out. They're probably going to try to explode things.
Use jet fuel.
Maybe some jet fuel to melt their stone beams, and but with a 19, you also know the temple is extremely sturdy, and that's not just like concrete.
It's built to withstand explosion.
That spire specifically punches through the entirety of the island, and you don't know when that happened, but it seemed to do so effortlessly and didn't break. So it's very sturdy.
Yeah.
On top of that, it seems to be arcanely reinforced right now.
So it's just real fucking beefy.
It's beefy. It's not impenetrable.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem super pressing, considering.
They're kobolds.
Well, it's not about them being kobolds. It's about the people inside the temple versus the people that
Yeah.
you're trying to save right now, or person. So. But there are enough of them to where you'd probably want to stick to the southern border here.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah.
It's basically we're gonna cut across the south and go to Vel's hut. That way.
Okay, you're gonna go to Belle's hut.
Yeah.
Okay, I need stealth rolls from everybody else. As you sit on top of this, you're basically up on the cliff now, and you can see that your home. there's that set of walls, and then in the back there, so the front of that is like a is not on your map. It's on this map, but it's not on the map I just handed you, the colored one.
Mm-hmm.
That set of walls and stuff there is like delegation offices. Like it's a lot of time where if your father wasn't working in house, he would be working there, usually schmoozing with other politicians and stuff.
I have one quick question.
Yep.
Those random ass circles in the middle, above Val's hut, like those 3.
Those random
Yeah.
circles. Oh, those are gardens.
Okay.
Yep.
I didn't know if they're like.
I thought you meant the circles near 6. That's a farm.
Oh. No.
Well, it's a vineyard, but
Yeah, no, you're good. But yeah, I didn't know if those were like rocks sticking up out.
No.
Okay.
no. These are parts of the gardens, and then home is that circle with the star in it, and then there's a long extended area that goes out into like more of the other circle near the bottom is like an open court area, and then that's like a walkway that you often, but that's not on your colored map.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can get here with another natural 20 from Ziwi.
32 for Kazan, 30 for me.
39 for me and 36 for Seiko.
37.
And
29 for me.
Jesus Christ.
Holy shit.
all right, pretty good. You
just
again, you get
vanish.
instructions from Avelios. You're gonna stay with the cliff on your left hand side, and you're gonna go until you get to the last house before it gets very jagged near the end here. So the last house you see on the cliffside is going to be Vel's hut, and then again, Avelios takes off. To your right, you see the large towering temple with a bunch of kobolds. Now all of you see it. There's probably like 40 of them at this point, working around the base of the temple. You do also see, again, this time it's a green dragon.
Red, green, black so far. Only missing a couple.
That flies in from the west and goes
Look at the
across
talons,
east, so
too.
flies in the reverse direction that you're heading. And it's off center, it doesn't go right over top. But you can see this is a very large, formidable looking dragon. And pass by. So, doesn't seem to see any of you or smell any of you yet.
Or it's fucking with us.
And you are able to follow the path. You pass a couple houses to your right, pass a smaller house, and then finally you get to what he calls Vel's hut. This is a fenced-in area. Inside the fence, there's sand that you used to train on, and you weren't allowed to fly. And some dummies set up to do some martial activity on, probably. And then in the center of this area is a small, dark brown. He calls it a hut. He comes from a mansion. It's a house. But it
Jesus
is
Christ,
small.
you privileged piece of shit.
And the top of it has a bowl in it, like a nest. It seems to have. You can see from the ground level. There's some loungy looking furniture, so maybe some padding or whatever. This does not look very touched. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
22.
22. As you're running, you can see droplets of this thick black and red liquid that leads to the familiar front door.
Does it look like blood?
A little bit.
A little bit.
Black?
Black and red.
Was there a window, I assume, on the hut?
There are some windows around.
Can I try and look through one?
Are you going to sneak into the sandy area?
Yeah.
Okay, go and roll that stealth check.
29?
Okay.
This doesn't fuck us of all the things. I'm trying to look in a window.
You're invisible, so I mean.
29, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, so step onto the sand, and you immediately remember training here and trying very hard not to leave very obvious footprints. And get to the window. And you look in, go and roll perception check.
22.
22. You look in. And you see inside the head of a black dragon lying on the ground. Next to that is a glaive that's at least 10 foot reach. It's got a nice silver blade on the end, and it's laying up against the wall, and it seems to have been recently cleaned. You can also hear movement from the inside, but you can't see anybody. Inside, along that, is just a central living area. There's a stone floor. The glaive is actually laying next to, on the wall, laying next to like a bookcase with some books and
Does it
stuff.
sound like I hear one person or multiple?
It sounds like at least one.
Okay. I guess I will whisper into our little things and let them know that I think Vel's inside of the hut.
Are you gonna try to, like, get in touch with him? You're invisible, so a
yeah.
disembodied voice?
Like, what do you... I don't know. Do you think we try to get in touch with him now, or do you think we wait? Because if we can get him on our side now, then that's huge, but if he doesn't want to be on our side, then that's real bad. But we need to be quick.
Up to you.
Now?
Okay, so you hear this conversation as well. You're the only other one with the bracelets.
I mean, I think it's up to him. I don't know. It could go either way. He knows him better than... I mean, we don't know him at all, so...
Do you think I should just knock on the window?
Probably.
Or should I, like, go to the front door?
Knock on
Is
the
there, like, a
front
back
door?
door by the sand?
There's only the front door.
Okay.
Was there, like, a thing that you
The
guys
front door
had,
opens
like,
up.
a
There's a
greeting
small
or something?
pathway, and it's sand all the way around.
Was
This is
there-
a circular house.
Was there anything that we had that was, like, a thing between us two?
Like a greeting
Like
or...
a
roll
greeting
history
or a
check.
saying or something? That's really high. 19.
Okay. He would often say to you, he didn't really have like a code
Yeah.
word. Basically, you would sneak away from. I mean, your dad was busy enough. Your mom wasn't around. Your brother wasn't really paying attention, and the servants listened to you. So, you could kind of sneak away and grab time. But he would often say different things to you to get you to focus. Like specifically, when you were learning how to shoot a bow, bro.
Shoot a bro.
Shoot a bro!
How to shoot a
Cracking open a
bow.
cold one with the boy.
He would say you have to hold it back, right? He'd say hold and let it go. Because you had a tendency to pull like this. And I don't know if you ever shot a bow in real life. I have.
I have, yeah.
It's kind of the same. It's very similar to how when they teach you how to shoot a gun, you squeeze the trigger, you don't pull it.
Yep.
It's very similar to that. So you let go and you just release very softly, and the momentum of will do it itself. So kind of like hold, let it go. That's the only thing
Yeah.
you can think of that from your training that was repeated a lot.
All right, fuck it. We're gonna.
Are you going to be invisible when you do this?
Yeah.
I can't drop it on just him unless you do something to drop it on
Right,
yourself.
You can
Yeah.
intentionally
I
drop
could
it.
always shoot an arrow at the ground or something. And it's
Well,
done.
I mean, you could basically just. What's it say?
I thought you had to
I think
break
it's
it.
take an action.
Take an action that involves like casting a spell, attacking.
So you have to.
Casting a spell, attacking.
Let me see what the rest of it says.
Sure.
I assume if you take damage. No, not if you. Is it greater? It's greater, right?
No, it's not
No,
greater.
regular? Okay.
Where is it?
Yeah, because rolling stealth is an action, so it's not that.
Yeah.
I think it's only spells and attacks.
I want to say
Well,
visibility. Spell ends for a target that attacks or casts a spell.
Yeah.
okay. Do you have any spells or anything you want to cast?
I have Hunter's Mark, Hail of Arrows, and Absorb Elements. But couldn't I just technically shoot an arrow at the ground?
You also have swords. You could just attack at something.
You could walk by one of the dummies and.
Yeah. That would knock
Yeah, let's do
that
that.
spell off.
Okay, but you are not going to be invisible anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I can
you
always cast myself.
take one of your swords out. You sort of hold it up, and you make one attack. Go ahead and roll an attack.
28.
28. Easily.
Sorry, 20.
Just appears in a fucking
Sticks
field
right in.
all edgy like this.
And you see Evelios appear, pull out his katana, and right back in. You guys are still holding, so go ahead and roll me stealth just to deal with this while we're sitting there.
24.
29.
29.
Kasdan's got. That's a 40.
Woo! Because that's what I was rolling when I got that 20. It's also a 40.
crazy.
23 for Ziwi. Okay. And
Oh, I gotta roll for Seiko. Oops.
We just forget that Kasdan
Oh.
exists.
39. Not 20 for him.
Holy
So,
shit.
okay, Kasdan leans forward and goes. Did you just strike a dummy?
Yep.
So you walk forward into the front door.
no, knock on the window.
You're just gonna knock on the window.
Yep, and then I'm gonna say that. Hold, then release.
Let go.
Let go, yeah. In air
Release
code.
sounds sexual.
Hold, now release. Yeah, in air code. Right?
In Aarakocra. Okay. Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check.
Actually, okay at this. Oh, fuck, that's a 23.
You go, you little diplomat, you.
You say this, and you tap on the glass. And from within inside, the sound stops. And you hear... And you see walking around the corner, you see, as you look up, right next to the window, so like someone just walked out in front of the window.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately you see a flash of black and white. And looking down at you is Valkyrio. He sort of wipes this red ichor. What the fuck are you doing here?
It's been a while.
Get in.
Okay.
You walk around the front door.
Yeah.
The window doesn't have a
Yeah.
fucking slide.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just a.
I'm just gonna go alone.
Okay, so you come inside, shuts the door behind you.
I think we're supposed to wait.
I'm gonna wait.
Okay.
Tell them to wait.
Okay. As you walk around, you tell them to wait. He sits there and goes, And he hugs you.
Yep, I'm gonna hug him too.
Okay. Roll a Constitution check.
Is you crying,
So-
Jay?
That's actually decent. It's an 18.
Okay, no tears. And,
A little quiver, but no tears.
little, like if you had lips, they'd quiver.
Yeah.
Shit, bad.
I can tell.
We have to do something.
Badass.
He's a bald eagle. Hey, Avelio! Like,
He's not the peacock, okay? He's the bald eagle.
yeah, he's,
Badass.
he is a
He
badass.
is a badass. You fucking see this man?
He's
Fuck.
huge. He stands about 7 feet tall. Dwarfs you.
He's literally like 2.5 feet taller than me.
Yep.
Taller than anybody here, for sure.
It's like me standing next to an NBA player.
You're right, like, Alinia's taller than you.
Yeah.
I shook Ben
So-
Wallace's hand once in like 2006 or 5 or something, and I'm just a child.
He's like 6'10" or something like that. Like, he's big.
And he's, well, no, he's only 6'9".
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like
But-
that, though. Like, the discrepancy is about similar. So, yeah.
I have 6 friends with me that are about strong as...
Right now,
Yeah, they're outside.
because our military's wiped out.
Yeah.
We have nothing.
And
Most of them aren't on island.
what do we do?
I don't know. Get them in here. I don't.
Okay.
Where are they?
I tell them to
He
come
goes over and he grabs his glaive off there, and you see as you do that, you kind of look around him, and on the ground is a kobold that seems to have gone through some torture
Oh, God.
and is
Okay,
See where I got it
currently
from?
currently still alive, gurgling on its broken trachea. That is probably the sound you heard when you tapped on the glass.
So we all rush in, squeeze in.
It's up to you guys.
Yeah.
Are you telling the rest of them to come with?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, you're all invisible.
Yep.
Okay, so you're all invisible.
They're invisible.
It's probably best.
Are you gonna?
He's like the bird.
The bird is down here, and always yelly.
I missed the bird.
Valkyrio's like right here, at all times.
Alright, so...
Whatever
Yeah.
the bird's alter ego is, I think that's what he sounds like too. Though, in fairness.
I don't think you've ever encountered.
No,
birds
but I'm
alter
saying
ego.
that's where he starts, and then he brings it down here for the bird.
I don't think so.
The house. The house.
Yeah.
How is that? We have to get into the house.
He looks over, and you can't quite see it past the gardens necessarily. And he hasn't been there yet because he was trying to get people, basically, and he had a little conversation. He was trying to get people out. He's trying to save as many people as he could. He's been doing this on and off for the whole night. He's not that hurt. He seems to be fine. He seems to be doing one-man guerrilla tactics and doing the best he can. They have some sort of abomination.
Abomination?
He sees the markings around the city, these black claw marks.
That's the same thing that almost killed.
He killed the
our
black.
friend.
He killed the black dragon that was initially terrorizing people.
Yeah.
And he points to the ground.
Yeah, we saw you last night while you were walking.
Why don't you say hi?
They didn't let me. They physically
We
stopped me.
didn't know if
We were in
could
the-
trust you.
In fairness, I'm gonna be honest. We still don't know. Yeah.
You can trust me.
Yeah. You can understand that, I'd imagine,
if we
based on the
couldn't trust
situation.
him, we'd probably be dead.
Dead-ish.
Dead-ish. Yeah.
Speak-
We wouldn't be sitting here having a conversation.
Speaking of which, are you gonna let that guy gurgle on the floor? Can you at least, like, kill him? That's
like
fucking
torture.
awful.
They're not a torture
Yeah,
fan.
that's pretty bad.
It's not torture.
If I had
Maybe
a dictionary on me, I feel like we could settle this, but that's not torture.
I don't feel like we're going to.
I'm gonna walk over and poke at it a little bit.
Okay. Vel walks over to it and steps on its face.
Thank you.
And slowly crushes its skull.
I feel like a quick stomp also could have done it, but whatever.
I'm really glad I'm
It's noisy.
invisible right now.
Okay, so two things. Well,
Two things.
One. Did he know about her? Did we ever talk about her or no? I don't
Probably.
know. She's in the house.
He kind of looks at your necklace. I could have sworn he didn't give those to you yet.
I found it in her house that was blown up. Part of it.
Oh.
But she's also wearing hers. And that's how I know she's there.
You know, your dad showed me those.
Really?
Turns out he knew that I was training you.
He knew a lot.
He didn't want me to tell you, though. He wanted you to tell him.
I never got the chance.
Anyway. I think your brother's in there, too.
Good.
It's the place that's most locked down.
Yep.
Yeah, he fired me a while back.
Yeah, he's a real piece of shit.
Depends on who you ask, but yeah. Not my cup of tea.
So what do you think our chances are?
What?
Getting
Dying?
in-
Great.
Do you think that the military that are still there are loyal to him? 100%?
It's his guard.
How many?
There's the military, and then there's the Emperor's Guard.
How many are in the Emperor's Guard?
Dozens. I don't know. Depends on how many survived. But I know that if they get in that house, Armadale's dead.
Yeah. There's also probably another reason we need to go in there. I think it involves minstrel, but I'm not sure.
Minstrel.
Mistral.
Sorry, minstrel.
Not minstrel. Not minstrel.
I don't even know what that means, so it's fun.
A minstrel show?
Or
Hugo.
minstrel?
Fine,
Like
I got it.
blood?
A minstrel show was
You're a musician.
in the olden days.
That's why I don't know what it means.
People would
Blackface
slap on
themselves?
some grease paint or whatever.
Oh no!
And then they
blackface.
would comically act out.
Comically.
Act like they thought black people acted.
Yeah, a little history lesson for everybody. No problem.
Also, minstrel, the other way with the U stands for vaginal secretion.
Menstrual.
Like
Menstrual?
menstrual blood.
Those
That's
are two different
menstrual.
words.
Menstrual.
It's an E-N, not...
We really got to work on your vowels, Sarah.
What is happening?
The intelligence is just slow.
Too much weed.
The
Too
I
much
and E.
Louisiana. Anyway.
They don't understand that. I don't know. The way I say I's and E's, I pronounce them similarly.
She says pin
You pronounce
instead
them
of pen.
identically.
Who says pen?
Every
Fucking
person is how it's
literally every
spelled.
person.
Pen.
We have
I
a
say pen.
we have a phonetic
It's
language.
pen.
No. Oh, God. Anyway, so
Fight me.
you have
How do you say pine?
you do have
Pine?
Valkyrio.
Just making sure.
He is here. If anyone would like to run him in a fight, Randy, you could do it, or you could do it.
Randy, do you want the rogue?
He has the black. No, well, here's the deal. Randy could find this. I mean,
Oh.
it's just the blackguard stats.
Blackguard.
Yeah, from the
sure.
I think it's Volo's guide. If you'd like to.
Volo's?
Yeah, blackguard 5e. It's the same exact stats, but his perception is +10. Other than that,
Those are towards the back, aren't they?
yeah, they're at the very back.
Blackguard 211.
Yeah, he's basically a fighter with a little bit of paladin mixed in. And he has a fear aura. He is one of the... so there was the warden. On the other side of that coin is Vel. Not as savage. But...
Okay. Ooh, he's got...
He also has a glaive that ignores resistances.
Just like that sword we picked up.
So if you'd like to play Valkyria, that's totally fine.
Yeah, I can. I just need to read up on Smite.
Okay, it's a bonus action
It's a
to
D8.
do smites.
No, on that.
Yes, these are spells.
Mm.
It's a bonus action to cast smites, and they proc on hit, and they last a minute with concentration. Blackguards also make 3 attacks. He also has a short bow he can use, but it doesn't do as much damage as the glaive. It's a +2 glaive, so he has +9 to hit instead of +7.
He's a monster.
Yep.
He's got
And
150
same AC and hit points and everything.
Yeah, everything else is the same. So perception +10, +9.
Holy shit.
It's a +2 glaive, so +9 to hit.
3 attack.
Plus, it's
monster.
+6 damage then in that
He's on my
scenario.
side.
And he also, like, all of his glaive attacks ignore resistances.
Is he still full health, or is he...
He's full health right now.
Okay.
Woo!
Okay.
Yeah, he's
big
a beast.
boy.
He's a beast.
That's nice.
Glad he was my
Does
brother.
he have this dreadful aspect as well?
Oh yeah.
That's a sphere aura, right?
Okay.
Yep. You can only do it once. And the DC
Short
is still
illness.
only 13, but yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
3 fucking attacks.
He does get 3 attacks.
Oh boy.
So we need to get into the house.
I think we're gonna have to fight our way in though.
Is
Whatever's sieging outside is not gonna let us just walk in there.
Are we going to capture or kill Caius while we're doing this?
I think that's the least of my priorities.
Okay.
I don't know a ton about Aarakocran culture, but if Avelios were to, like, help, and it was very clear he helped slay this abomination, I'd imagine that would help his public image if he were to openly be
We're
like,
worried about politics right now for real.
I'm not at all. Don't just ignore
Okay,
everything.
once you're not a disembodied voice, we should probably talk about that kind of stuff another time, but
Yeah, I don't think invisibility is going to help us at this point
we
anymore.
right now we have to worry about whether the islands exist.
Yeah.
If the nest doesn't even exist, then
Then that
there's nothing to
question
rule
means
anyway.
How strong is... Have you seen this thing yet or no?
I haven't.
It's probably real fucking strong.
Are we gonna go in there and just
Well, we have
fight
a
it?
small squad here, apparently.
We got 8 now that you're here.
There's no way that Caius's guard won't fight off the creature.
They're inside behind the glass.
I'm wondering
Which means
if you
it's
could.
us and the creature.
I know, but I'm wondering if you could pull some of them.
Creature and whatever else is around it.
Yeah.
All right. Ready to charge headfirst into danger?
When don't we? This could be the last time though, so...
Hopefully not.
Yeah, let's hope not.
Not if I can help it.
Well, first off, and he starts buckling on his plate.
Are we gonna just drop invisibility now, or?
We can always sneak up to him. Well, you can. If they think it's only me, that might be an advantage.
Alright, well, keep it. I think we have a little bit of time.
How
I
long
don't know
has it
what-
been? Is my pass without trace still good?
What's that?
How
Is
long?
my pass without trace still up, or has it been an hour?
No, you probably got about 15 minutes left after the conversation.
So then, like 30 on invisibility.
Yeah. As he starts clipping on his segmented plate, there's one large piece that goes over the chest and vital areas. He doesn't wear a helmet, and he has some more that go on. This is kind of like a very matte gray with like a little bit of a blue sheen to it. It seems to be that it mixes some of the arcane crystal into it to make it a little bit more hardened. You've seen stuff like this before. I mean, you've seen his stuff before. It doesn't probably give him any like magical abilities, but it takes this breastplate and makes it full plate basically. He also has some supplies here. He has 4 greater healing potions available. So who wants them?
Whoever has the lowest health should do so.
Professor should have two
Probably
of them.
me. My max is
Yeah.
60.
Z-
Oh,
You
should
Z-
have, like-
okay.
Zivi could take one.
Yep.
You should definitely have one.
You said greater, right?
Yeah, it's 44, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, 44 plus 4.
Actually, we should give 2 to Professor.
That's fine.
One to
Are you
Kasdan.
casting aid?
Oh, 8 is a good one.
If you cast spells, your invisibility drops.
Yeah,
That's true.
that's fine. But I could do that. I'm fine being not invisible. The rest of the
Yeah, but
team
if
can still
we
be.
might have an advantage if they think it's just him.
Oh wait, invisibility is concentration, isn't
Yep.
it?
hmm
8's not concentration.
No, it isn't. But if you cast a spell, it drops on.
Yeah, it'll drop on everybody.
Yeah,
Mm,
I know it'll drop on you.
No, it wouldn't.
yeah,
It would
just
only
you.
drop on me. So here's what I'll do.
Okay.
I could aid the party, and also I could put Death Ward.
On Professor.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Okay, so who's getting aid?
Let me
Ziwi has
see.
65 hit points for the record.
I could pick.
But he hits real hard.
I could pick 3 people with aid. So let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20. I could do 25 if I want to forego having a slot for heal. But if I use a 5th, let's use a 5th. So nobody die. Because I can't bring you back until I sleep. So it'll be 20 hit points. We'll do Professor, Ziwi. Who is the other lowest?
Maybe Siko? Maybe?
What's Siko's hit
Or
points?
Seiko is
Egnir.
92.
Ignir, what's yours?
I have 99 and I get 52 more when I use my symbiotic entity.
I'll give it to Kasdan.
52 more with that? Boy!
Yeah, it's 4 per druid level.
So Kasdan's at 108 now.
Okay, so Ziwi's at 85.
Okay, and then a death ward on you. And I'm no longer invisible. But, you know. The 3 of us will go in while the rest of you guys can sneak around and get in a more advantageous position before we try to fight anything.
Don't forget, if this is the thing that has that poison, it's me, Valkyria, and Seiko are very susceptible to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know quite how it works, but you do know that Lesser Restoration pauses it for...
I'm immune to disease. Would that...
You don't know?
Also, it might not be as bad on you guys, because it was designed for, like...
You're right. This seems to be specifically designed to
hurt
affect
Aarakocrans?
Aarakocrans
Okay. Well, I'm
as they assault the
probably
Aarakocran
going to be in the
homeland.
front lines anyway, so...
Yeah, well, just in case I get hit.
If somebody goes down, hopefully they won't be down for long. I just have to make it out of the fight. Alright,
Stay back, you know? On you, then.
let's go.
All right.
I just want you guys to
It's-
know I love you. And if we die, we died fighting alongside each other as friends.
This is strictly professional for me.
You just want to keep me
I,
alive so you can fulfill your deal.
I
Wait,
prefer not to die at all. And if we do live, I would very much like to be rich afterwards. And retire.
I will see what I can do.
Ziwi just goes,
Retire.
Seiko walks over to you and puts a hand on your shoulder and goes, let's do it.
Let's do it.
You guys are fucking corny. I dig it. Let's do it. So he opens the door. It's 10 p.m. right now. I can assure you this fight,
Oh, it'll last hours, I'm
I'd
sure.
rather start with it next time.
Yeah.
So we have.
as you guys prepare to walk out to what I think is easily one of your hardest fights.
Oh
One
God.
of them?
Considering you have 8 people in the party and there's 4 of you playing.
I'm scared.
It'll be fine.
I'm scared.
Worst case, we all die.
Yeah, that's what I'm scared of.
Someone's dying this fight.
We will end the session there.
I will be legitimately shocked if no one dies.
So-
we might be able
someone-
to. We might be able to bring him back, but someone's
Someone
gonna fucking
is
die.
Definitely dying.
I still have diamonds.
That's good.
So I got 2 revivifies left.
I picked up a spell I think where I can bring people back too, and in case of emergency. I haven't had to use it yet though, because
What the fuck
normally.
spell is it?
Hold on.
So when we start out, I will already have this battle map up.
Oh,
We will be in battle screen immediately.
Okay.
no.
And we will have because as you approach, 2 of you without stealth in an open field,
Yep.
we will be rolling initiative very, very shortly. I have already rolled the initiative for some of these people. I didn't know how long it would take you, and I didn't know if you go to Vel's house, so...
Ray's dead. That's what I can do.
Wait, you have access to Raise Dead?
Yeah.
How the fuck?
Oh wait, no, that's a bard spell. I can't use that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you're a
You
wizard.
used
You
to
can't
have
use
that, I
Raise
think.
Dead. Only
That
You,
might
clerics.
as an
why.
adventure wizard, you do have access to
Clerics
spells you
and
don't know.
bards.
You can try to cast spells you don't know.
I know, but it's random. So. Yeah.
Leave it to me.
Try and raise someone from the dead, hit him with a
Only
fireball.
use it if it's me. That goes
There are
down.
other effects other than like fire, though. It could kill you immediately. Statistically,
No, if I'm already dead, I'm dead.
I guess that's
Raise
fair.
Dead is after you're already dead.
I imagine
that-
eviscerating your corpse isn't going to help the situation.
No, but
acid ball
at that
on you.
point, it doesn't matter.
I mean, it matters. We could find someone else who could probably do healing.
Well, if you find someone high level enough, they don't even need my body. But
I don't know. I'd
You
just
have
rather
a druid
not.
here that might know some stuff. But...
I'm not gonna take like a 1 in 10 chance to raise someone from the dead when
you
the
can
rest might
regenerate
destroy.
my body.
Good thing we have a week to mentally and emotionally prepare.
Not a 1 in 10 chance to bring them back. A 1 in 10 chance to cast the spell that would
Yeah.
allow you to have chances to get them back.
Yeah, because you still have to go through the rolls
Yeah.
to bring someone back.
So just keep that in mind. So you're all full health. You don't know what it means that you took 8 extra hours, but I don't think
already
you would have
used
won
2
the fight if you
fifth-level
didn't take a rest at
spells.
that point anyway. So
Oh no, I had no spell
Yeah.
slots.
I had only like
Yeah.
first, second, and third level.
So
left.
that was what you had to do. I can assure you that this abomination that I have created is stupid.
Oh, that's that stupid thing that you have to put
no,
together.
no, it's not.
Oh,
This isn't even the
okay.
custom model I have.
Okay.
Oh God.
Well, how far ahead are you that you're fucking have shit?
I
after
don't like
this?
that face.
What the fuck?
I've
He's
this-
had an envelope for 3 months. I feel like a god. Anyway,
You shouldn't.
I shouldn't. A god of death. Anyway, ooh. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you also for watching. Get it? Thank you for sticking through it. Next episode is going to be absolutely fucking bonkers. It'll be episode 16. I don't even know what to call this one.
Surgery.
Surgery simulator.
Ash.
Surgeon
The
Simulator,
Surgeon
D&D.
Simulator.
That's a clickbait title at a certain point, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks guys for showing up. You will not want, if you are here right now, you want to be here next week. It's that fight is going to be very intense.
Probably the entire session.
I gotta imagine it's gonna take quite some time. So yeah.
Bring
Anyway,
snacks.
bring
stress
snacks.
eat.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have a lot to prep for. This is great. I had already had it prepped, so...
Brooker
Surgery took a while.
That's true.
The Brooker stuff, yeah. Anyway, I love you guys. Have a wonderful evening. Who's slurping? Wait, what if you just play us out?
Play us out.
Oh, God!